My beautiful girls and my handsome boys, welcome back again to your favorite place. Yes, you are on the right spot, Vedic Astrology, and today in this video we will discuss what will gonna happen when Sun is placed in the different house of your chart. Okay, guys, I would like to tell you before you move forward, you can directly take consultation from us. We have created a website now. It's so simple. You can go there, link in description and the comment section below. You can just click there and just click of a button, you can just simply purchase directly consultation from us as the instruction are given on the website, and then we will just help you out in the consultation. Okay guys, so for that, links are in comment section and description. You can purchase consultation also. Now guys, we will see what are the different aspect of your life, love, maybe marriage, maybe wealth, money, or whatever, as per the different in different houses, sun position. Okay, but first let's see that what does sun represent in astrology. Now guys, sun is not just a huge spinning glowing sphere of hot gases in the collection of the heavenly bodies. It is the life giver. Okay, it is enlightening the whole world. Without it, heat and light, we are nothing but an ice ball actually. Okay, now guys, see, sun has a great significance in Vedic astrology. Okay, and according to Vedic astrology, sun represents our soul. It is the life-giving energy. Okay, it will power immunity, that is the ability to fight the diseases and stay healthy in general. It is the illusion, it is the illustration of your outer persona, of how you express yourself to the world. It stands for authority, father figure. Okay, and it definitely shows your ability to lead, okay, or to rule the world and make a mark. Okay, sun additionally represent the government. Okay, it can also represent ego, self-esteem. Okay, it is your image out in the world. It is also your soul. Now guys, let's see that what will gonna happen when sun is placed in the different houses of your chart. Okay, so first of all, let's discuss what will happen when sun is placed in the first house of your chart. So guys, first of all, what does first house represent? First house is like the person themselves, you yourself. Okay, first house we can also see your overall, like your head, skull, brain, skin, general, like health, vitality of the person, overall well-being or success of the person. Okay, and general characteristics, all these things, behavior wise, mentally, thinking of the mind, power state, a lot of things, like the overall well-being of a person is seen from the ascendant, the first house. Okay, now what happened when sun is placed in the first house? Now sun in the first house in astrology make one proud with ego. Okay, make one proud with ego, someone who take charge and take no for an answer. Okay, sun in the first house in Vedic astrology give perfect health to the native, depending upon the sign, of course, for that we have to see, but generally it give good health to the native. Okay, maybe it may possible that when sun is there in the first house, maybe pawns are strong. Okay, the heart is healthy, the person education can also be good. The first house is representative of the body. Okay, personality, attribute possessed by the native. The first house is the outline for the future of the native. Okay, first house is outline for the future of the native. Sun represent leadership and someone who always want to be on the top, such as a king or a leader. So sun in the first house definitely make a person kind of a authoritative also. Okay, sun in the first house also signifies the self-centered behavior and ego of the native. Okay, as sun is the leader, thus the native thinks he deserves to be at the top of everything. There might be possibility that native wants to reach at the top wherever he is. Native with sun in the first house aspire to be at the top position. Okay, without putting effort, sometime it can also possible. Okay, he might think that he deserve everything, even in, like, in any place, in any work environment, he is like, I deserve to be at the top. Okay, now if the other planets are supporting, then of course native will also work hard to reach at the top. But if other planets are not supporting, then he's like, oh my god, I am the king, man, I'm the king. So that can also be possible. Native with sun in the first house, like when there is a native with sun in the first house, he may not like to take orders from others, okay, and working according to them, it's really hard for that native. So it is also said that when you have sun in the first house, it is better that whether you do self-employment like your own work, or you may work in some administrative and managerial position where there is less involvement of higher people in your life, okay, like whether you become yourself like in some administrative job or something like that, where you have the higher authority to control people. In that case, it's really a good position. Sun in the first house native has a dominating and impulsive nature, so he cannot do partnership related business. I can say great in partnership related business, or as a normal employee, because see, when you have sun in the first house and you have partnership related business, and then it's like other person is also imposing your decisions, like, or his decision on you, then it might be difficult for you. If you have sun in the first house, you are like, no, I am the boss, I am the king, you're gonna have to listen to me. And partnership, that's when the problem occur. Same goes for the employee. When you have sun in the first house and you are a normal employee, you might find it difficult to do the job. But when you are in authoritative position in some job, then you have at least decision making power, or like people are working under you, then you can at least have someone to rule. So that's really good. The best working placement for the native will be, of course, government authoritative position, or maybe a political leader for this position. Even you see that the people may be in police officer, if Mars etc is also supporting, or maybe in government higher authoritative position, officers can also be seen with this position. When you have sun in the first house, it make you, or I can say it give you a magnetic and attractive personality, okay. Now when it comes to ego, the more people give attention to the native who have sun in the first house, the more I can say that their ego flourish, okay, which make them a dynamic and a confident personality also down the line, okay. When sun sit in the first house, is also look at your 7th house, okay. So the native and his partner will also be, there may be possibility that they may be self-centered, and they try to force their ideas and like beliefs on each other. That can be possible, which somehow work for them. But of course, if like we have to analyze the full chart, like with sun conjunction, aspect, sign, like how it is placed. For that, full horoscope consultation is required. Links are given in the description below. Now if sun is positioned in the first house of the horoscope, it grants the native with a spark and vibrancy also. The native is filled with passion and positive energy, okay. This is a good placement and confirms decent health. If there is like aren't any, I can say, affliction or something like that, then it can at least give you good health. The native may have a charming personality. People would look up to him, like when you have sun in the first house, there is some, because see, sun is sitting is in your like first house in your ascendant. Now definitely it's like attraction, center of attraction is there, okay. So definitely people are like, oh my god, even at this age you are like shining. So that kind of a thing is seen here. The native will be on good terms with the people in power, and will be respectful person, okay. That can be possible. It may also possible that native may be obedient to his or her father if sun is there like in a good position. There are recklessness with a ragging temperament, and a little bit lazy at the same time, quite like a lion, okay. This position of sun grants the native with leadership qualities, and which sometime may result in, I can say, an aggression also, okay. That can also be seen. However, the presence of sun in the ascendant can also make native sometimes self-centered. This is seen again and again. Sun is a hot and fiery planet, okay. It has a lot of energy, okay. So now see, sun when placed in the first house, it show character or like self. So energy of the sun in the self could be good or bad. The first house wants to be in the center of the things at all times. Having sun in the first house signifies dynamic personality, brilliance and authoritative nature. Okay, highly social person or social figure. He may have strong willpower and good leadership skills, he or she both, of course. Okay, this native could be a show stealer and may have strong moral character. Okay, he might have right-minded nature, ambition and love for the power. Okay, power and authority, love is there definitely. This native could be cheerful and very optimistic. Okay, also he's quite popular also. Sun in the first house can also give that. Sun in the first house sees the seventh house of marriage. If sun is good, then of course marriage life will also be successful. It may also possible that when you have sun in the first house, so at the workplace you may be given the task of making presentation because of the powerful appearance you will have because of the sun placement. There might be no shyness in the person due to this placement, and there is a strong ego. Okay, this is an excellent position for success and respect from the others because the person present himself so well. This person, okay, is favored by leaders and official also. He enjoy commanding others. Okay, that is the best thing, like when you have this, so he is like a commander. That's why if this person become some kind of authoritative position, maybe police officer, if Mars is also supporting, then it's like this person is happy. Okay, he does not like subservient assignment. Okay, you have to make sure, like you have to just listen this is most important. He also need freedom and independence to do his things in his own way because of this position. In some cases, but certainly not all, the person is too dominant or aggressive or angry. Okay, in some cases it is also seen. Now of course, the more closer the ascendant sun is to the ascendant, the more heat is there. Okay, now when you have sun in the first house, you are strongly identified with the image you project to the others. You affect people and you have a presence and you are aware of it. You are self-conscious. Even if you prefer to create an appearance of strength, you will feel most fulfilled when you make a positive difference in the world, but avoid stressing over what other thinks of you. This will become more normal as the time passes. Okay, except that you must be a leader or an innovator. Okay, and go for it. See, in astrology, the sun represent our ego and leadership. Thus, when it comes up to residence in the first house, all eyes are on you. You exude a commanding presence and your individuality show though. However, you feel quite self-conscious and you quickly become irritated or frightened also. Okay, with all this attention. The sun is associated with assertiveness and going after what you want. The sun assists you in sorting through the miniature of life to discover what motivates you. Thus, while the sun in the first house, you experience an increased sense of confidence as if you could conquer the world. Okay. Now when sun is placed in the first house, it is also seen that the body of the native can be lean. Okay, native can have big nose. Native can be short haired also, and it can also possible that the person born early morning. Okay, and definitely this person will have a independent kind of a nature, and this person do not likes to be under anybody, or I can say it's really hard for this native to work under anybody. Okay, they have leadership qualities and which is their, like I can say, inborn characteristic. These persons have management quality in them. Okay, The native with sun in the first house will be strong-willed, okay, and maybe independent and wants to maybe do some independent business or maybe some job where they can work independently. Okay, generally they achieve higher position in their life. Definitely by sun position in the first house, they will receive uh, fame, knowledge and a state of honor in their life. Native personality will be there with the full of courage. So guys, overall I can say when you have sun in the first house, so it is good idea to pay attention what your inner voice suggests, okay, because definitely you, like I can say, you take pride in your own efforts and thoughts, okay. So definitely if you be in some authoritative position or be in something of your own, then you can be in a healthy state of mind and also in a productive way you can work, because that's what you are made for, okay. Generally take you to authoritative position. Even if you are in your own business, then you can be definitely your authority, because it's your business. And even if you are in job, then this position generally take a native to the higher position. But of course full horoscope consultation is required to see the big picture. Links are given in the description. So guys, this is all about sun in the first house. Now we will discuss what will gonna happen when sun is placed in the second house of your chart. Now we will discuss what will gonna happen when sun is placed in the second house of your chart. So guys, first of all, what does second house represent? Second house is, first of all, of course, your wealth, your money. Second house actually is your house of assets, also your family life, your domestic happiness, knowledge, speech. We also see poets, orators, also your face, your mouth, your tongue, okay. All these things are seen from the second house. The kind of food you eat, we can also see that from the second house. Also, second house is actually the house of value, what you value in the life. So the planets that's placed in the second house, you value things according to that, like those planets play a very important role in your life, okay. And of course the type of food you eat, what kind of a speech you will have, planet in the second house play a really important role in that. Now when sun is placed in the second house, so in astrology it give a family legacy also, okay, it is seen. And dealing with the family wealth and business, that can also be seen, and definitely when you have sun in the second house, it can make you a very clever person, okay. And also it can make you someone who might be a restaurant owner, okay, or any business, like it might be good, like it may possible when you have sun in the second house, it might make you a person who would like to do something of their own, who would like to make their own money by their own thing. So it's like a good position, in a way it's a good position for business also. But of course for that full horoscope consultation is required. Links are given in the description, but still it is one of the factors for a business, we can say, okay. Also sometime it is also seen, by the way, that sun in the second house in Vedic astrology can also give a person rise to the political and the government related career, okay, maybe becoming a politician, etc., or maybe a government officer, that can also be seen. Now second house represent the family, history, assets, speech and a lot of other things. Sun in the second house represent also the pride and ego driven person. I would like to tell you that when sun is there in the second house, so there might be some pride or ego in the nature of the native, that can also be seen, okay. And this pride and ego may also be because of his family history or something like that, maybe lineage or family wealth. Maybe it may possible that he come from a good background or something like that, due to which he might have some ego, oh, I am from this family. Although if other planets are also aspecting, let's say Jupiter is aspecting, then of course the thing can be different, or other planets are sitting with it, then the things can be different. But this can also be seen, okay. It can also make you a self-centered person, and sometimes it can also give you ego regarding your family upbringing or family environment, that can also be seen, okay. Now the native is respectful to his father, okay, when you have sun in the second house. So definitely it may possible that you might be respectful to your father. Your father can also be a government officer, or maybe in some authoritative position, maybe in politics, okay, or can also be a creative person, okay, who can appreciate arts and culture. That can also be seen, okay. And it may also possible that your father may have inclination towards government, or maybe he also wants you to do something of like related to government job, etc. That can also be possible. It is also seen, guys, when sun is placed in the second house, then your family may involve in elegant food and art and lifestyle, so that can also be seen, okay, when you have sun in the second house. So however, it is also seen that you may have like you have your own way to represent your family history or asset in a dignified manner, okay. That can be seen. You would blind others from the actual reality, and you set your you set your own illusion, like a family lineage in your own independent way. I hope you understand. It's like like for an example, you have a like okay type of family background, okay. There might be some maybe good person in the family or something like that, and but when it come to you who have the sun in the second house, you when represent your family, like when someone asks you about your family, you represent in such a way that you are from this person, my grandfather is this, and we have this, we are the king, like you represent your family in a very kingly manner. So that can also be seen, okay. So you somehow glorify your family history with your words. So that can also be seen with this placement. Sometimes it is also seen that when sun is there in the second house, you may like identify and try to focus on showing off, I can say, the false reputation of your family in front of other. So you are like, oh, we have this in our family, we have that in our family, my grandfather is this, my father is that, and our great grandfather is that. So that kind of a thing is there, like you would like to just over show off kind of a thing we can see here sometime. Now when you have sun in the second house, it will make you a person who can be authoritative, culture and elegant. You might also have a very, I can say, elegant speech, because second house also represent the vocal cords, as I already told you. Although it will attract, like your speech when sun is there in the second house will help you to attract others to listen to you. It means when you speak, maybe people would like to listen your podcast or something like that, and then they just listen to you and follow you. That can also be seen. You can also become a leader or authoritative, or can be in some authoritative position, okay, using your speech dominance, okay. You can also reach some top position. That can also be seen when sun is placed in the second house. When the sun is found to be in the second house, it is also seen sometime that the person can be generous and can have a warm nature, okay. Moreover, you may earn good money and spend this money on the materialistic things. That can also be seen. And in fact, you may spend these things on because see, sun is a royal planet. So you are like, okay, no, we will not gonna purchase a normal thing, we're gonna purchase a luxurious, a royal related thing. And let's say if Venus is also come here with it, then of course this person will be like more like a royal luxurious thing. Spending money on these things can be seen. When you have sun in the second house, you may always, or I can say you are always driven towards acquiring power in the form of possessions, okay, bank balance and talent, okay. That can be seen. Sometimes sun in the second house, if other planets are not aspecting or sitting, then it can also make you straightforward, okay. So that can also be seen when sun is placed in the second house. Now see, sun is the significator of the soul, okay. It is the significator of our soul. When it is sitting in the second house, it can give an intense connection to the knowledge, teaching, writing, as well as money, okay, and the collectible material possession. That can also be seen. It will make you a person who love gaining information and knowledge and working with it. You might be talented in communication related activities, Okay, it may also possible that you may become a teacher or a writer. If let's say Mercury is also prominent or somehow placed in a good position, that it can also make you some kind of a teacher or writer. And when I say teacher and writer, do not think that you can also become like a only like a J.K. Rowling, or if I say teacher you will become the great teacher or like a school teacher or anything like that. Teacher can be anything. Like for an example, I am also teaching you astrology, that can also be a teacher, right? And anyone who is like whom which you are learning anything, that can be a teacher. If you are reading a book, a Kindle ebook on Amazon, that person is also a writer. Okay, so these things can also be seen. So when sun is there in the second house, you may also have good imagination. Okay, and it might make you a person who is driven to make money and fulfill your material desires. I would like to tell you, you work hard for wealth and does not stop until you succeed. That's the best thing here. Okay, it may also possible you have sun in the second house, you may appear as a very stubborn person to anyone who get in the way of your ambitions. Okay, because definitely you are like, no man, I would like to do it. However, you know what you want. Okay, whether the sun is in the second house is more I can say indicative of an interest in money, knowledge, writing, communication realms, depend upon other things, other factors, or like how other planets are placed in the horoscope. Of course, for that horoscope consultation is required, links are given in the description, but still these things are there. If let's say the 11th house, which rules I can say large sums of money, incoming gains, desired fulfillment, okay, and money from the side venture, let's say it's like 11th house is powerful and active, then I can say then the sun in the second house is likely to be more related to the money matters. Okay, I'm just trying to explain like where you can relate to it. So if let's say 11th house is good, strong, then it's like sun in the second house is more like a, then you might be more related to the money matters. Okay, the same may be true if Venus, of course Venus represents the money, the wealth. More importantly, if Venus is strong in your chart and sun is sitting in the second house, then of course you are all about money. Okay, money definitely important for you. Now if however the chart is I can say more spiritually oriented, okay, or connected to the mental matters, the 5th house, okay, then the sun in the second house is likely to relate more to the knowledge, education, imagination. Okay, and as I already mentioned, Mercury's condition play a big role, okay, on revealing the true personality, on like whether the person love knowledge or person is more inclined towards money, because sun in the second house can make you more focus on the money or focus on the knowledge. So if let's say Venus is very strong, 11th house somehow making connection or very strong, then person is more inclined towards money, 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 money. And if let's say this condition is not there, somehow making with the Mercury connection, then it's more like a education. And if let's say both is there, then it's like a more like a both, I can say, education as well as the money. Okay, now of course if this sun in the second house is aspected by malefic etc., then the things can be different. Then it can make your speech very harsh, okay, and you may also use bad language. So all those things are also there, and you may also eat bad food. Okay, if sun is in a malefic influence, then I'm talking about. Okay, but of course in good position it will also give good things, as I discussed. It may also possible because see, sun represent your father. Okay, so sun in the second house can also represent that your father may be wealthy or involved in some speaking, teaching, or any profession, maybe education, maybe in government job, okay, where they have to command people. That can also be seen. Okay, also guys, you will notice that sun give its full effect, throw it full effect in the 22nd year. So as soon as you turn 22, then you experience some result related to sun in the second house. It may also possible that when you have sun in the second house, in the 22nd year you may start earning money or start something of your own. That can also be seen, whether if you, even if you are in college or doing something like that study, simultaneously you start doing something in this year. That can also be possible. Okay, now if it's working in a negative way, then of course negative things related to the second house can also be possible. See, When sun plays in the second house, you are actually aware of what is most important to you. So this also implies that you can develop a sense of possessiveness. Okay, your ego can also be as bright as sun. Also, with this position, you may desire financial security to ensure that you have everything you desire and require to be comfortable and happy. That is why sun in the second house is a perfect moment to assess your possessions. Now guys, see, sun in the second house can make you quarrel, furious, excited, and you may use to speak loudly also when you have sun in the second house. Definitely you see that. Due to sun in the second house, its direct aspect fall on the 8th house as well. Okay, its 7th aspect, by sitting in the second house, sun throw its 7th full aspect on the 7th house. Okay, due to which it may possible that you might have a long life. Okay, now guys, see, when you have sun in the second house, it's working in a positive way, then you might also have, like, your strong moral convictions and like sense of ethics. I would like to tell you, your strong moral conviction and your sense of ethics make you an excellent buddy. Okay, if the sun is placed in the second house of your chart, I'm talking about the D1 chart, Lagna chart, you are aware that you are rational and responsible. Therefore, utilize these personality characteristics to your advantage. You too can achieve the financial and personal wealth that everyone desire. Therefore, take joy in what you already have and complete what you lack. You have laid a firm foundation upon which to build. Additionally, it is an ideal moment to commence construction. You have an usual ability to locate item to appear to be pricey, but you are relatively affordable. Additionally, I would like to tell you one more thing. It is an ideal moment to commence construction. You have an unusual ability to locate item that appears to be pricey but relatively affordable. Okay, I would like to repeat again. You have an unusual ability to locate item that appears to be pricey but relatively affordable. Additionally, it is I can say it fits your personality. You are not interested in flashy ornaments, or I can say it may possible that you may not be interested in flashy ornaments that contribute nothing but sparkle to a place. You are passionate about the art and nature. Okay, and you want your surrounding to reflect your great sense of style. This also applies to purchasing gifts for other individual. Okay, you take pride in deep knowledge of your friends and family. Additionally, people may admire you, or I can say your ability to select the ideal present. Okay, so this is all about when sun is placed in the second house. If you want personal consultation, links are given in the description. And now we will discuss what will gonna happen when sun is placed in the third house of your chart, my beautiful girls and my handsome boys. So guys, now we will discuss what will gonna happen when sun is placed in the third house of your chart. Now guys, first of all, what does third house represent? Third house represent your self effort, your willpower. It represent your younger brother and sister. Okay, it's like your younger sibling. It represent your neighbor. Okay, it can show how much adventurous you are. Okay, it can show your motivation, desire, enthusiasm. Okay, and a lot of other things. Guys, I have some problem in my mouth today, so I'm not able to speak properly, so please avoid. I'm facing some health issue actually from the last few days, so it's like, I hope you just ignore some unnecessary things here, or if I'm not able to speak some things in a very good manner, please avoid that. So third house represent a lot of the other thing as well. It can represent short travel also. Okay, it's like actually first house of traveling as well. Third house can also represent media, sales, marketing, neighbor, and most importantly, it's the house of your self efforts, your own efforts. Okay, the first I can say the most, like all these things are covered by the third house. Now what will happen when sun is placed in the third house? When sun is placed in the third house, it can make you a person who can be a media savvy person. Okay, you might have a strong will to succeed. Okay, also this position of sun in the third house can also brighten, I can say, your position, or I can say this planetary position, you brighten up your communication. Okay, when you have sun in the third house, this position of sun in the third house brighten up your communication power. Okay, it can also be seen. Now guys, see, on one side sometimes it is also seen that when the sun is placed in the third house, then it can burn, you know, everything from its overexposed illuminating light, which indicates that person may have, not necessarily, but person may have bitter relationship with the sibling, or might be less communication with the sibling, can also be seen. Okay, now of course, like, you know, if sun is bad placed, then these things are more seen. If it's like in a nice position, then you know it's good also. Native with sun in the third house is extremely courageous, because sun when placed in the third house, it will make you a very courageous person, extremely courageous person, and definitely you will be overpowered with the courage, full of courage. See, the overexposure of courage can lead to a blinding realistic world for you with this placement of sun in the third house. Okay, sun in the third house can also be seen in secretarial jobs or government administrative position also. Although third house is also the house of self effort, so sun in the third house can also make you someone who can be, you know, self-employed or doing something like a business, etc. That can also be seen. Okay, native with sun in the third house has a good, I can say, hold on his communication skills. He may be confident, or I can say he is confident, he or she. Okay, which lead native to, like, you know, or I can say which can make a native to like a very dynamic speaker. This position of sun can make you. You can be an actor with excellent speech and delivery of dialogues with this position. Okay, or you can also be a journalist who attract people to listen to you. Okay, and you speak with a confidence. And even if you are doing something, let's say you are doing business, so you may have a very good speech when you talk to your clients, or maybe doing business deals. So in that way, this could be really helpful. Now the overexposing behavior of native can also be seen in his communicating abilities, if let's say he is a salesperson or involved in the business world. Okay, so with this position of sun, these things can also be seen. Now placement of sun in the third house suggests that you may be fond of talking and is mostly a conventional speaker. Like this position can also make you conventional speaker. Also it may be possible that you may have some good skills in the field of maybe editing, media related thing, that can also be seen with this position. Like even if you are doing business, you may know how to, you know, do all these kind of stuff, maybe some kind of editing, maybe writing related thing, media. You may have at least some knowledge of these things with this position. This position, however, you know, of course, like if sun is like not in a very good condition, in that case may create trouble in relationship with the younger sibling. That can also be seen, or I can say sometime in neighbor also. Okay, this position can make you fortunate, great looking, well educated, you know, successful also. Okay, and actually brave and an authoritative position, I would like to tell you, and a very brave, or I can say very courageous. Actually this position can make you tremendous courage, this position can give you. Okay, it may also possible that you may love travel, or maybe in your business you have to do some traveling also. Sometimes it is also seen when this position is there, although for that full horoscope consultation is required, but still these things can also be seen. Now if you have sun in the third house, then you might have a great willpower. You can succeed in any area where you focus your attention. Okay, you may excel in the field that require diligence and concentration. you may be good with computer technology and other medical and technological activities. Like it will make you an energetic person and is constantly running errands and getting things done. Definitely these things are there for you. You may excel in communication, advertising, public relation, or any field that require much daily energy. Even if let's say you have sun in the third house and you have your family business, then you will notice that something somehow you are like, okay, let me just handle the advertising part or maybe communication related part, dealing part in the business. So you might, because you are good at those things, okay, that can also be seen. The person is like definitely courageous with this position. It will make you courageous, brave, adventurous. Okay, you want to try everything. You will be motivated in this position. Okay, and you are like you definitely your efforts succeed. Now guys, sometime it is also seen that when you have sun in the third house, so sometime your next born sibling, if you have, that can also be male. But of course for that horoscope consultation is required, maybe some other planet is sitting influencing sign, but generally it can also be possible that next born sibling can be male and that he will be powerful, strong willed, and possibly a bossy type of individual. There might be some friction, I can say, or like some, I can say, tits bits, or I can say a little bit of argumentative kind of a relationship with the brother, younger brother or sister, younger sibling, I would like to tell you. However, this is not a very serious problem. Okay, this is like a normal kind of thing, but little bit see, everything has plus and minus. If sun is working in a negative way, then it can give you more problem with your younger siblings. Okay, when you have sun in the third house, you may enjoy fine arts of music, dance, drama. Okay, so especially if sun is aspected by benefics, then these things become more prominent. Your biggest talent is your willpower. Okay, but it is occasionally work against you when you become too stubborn of your own thing, like you're like, no, I will have to do it this how, I don't care what you say. So sometime you may also have to pay for that if you become too stubborn. Okay, although it's your great strength, you have sun in the third house, confident, courage, willpower, but if you become too much stubborn, then sometime you take negative decision, and if someone is recommending you to change your decision, you are not changing, then it can also go against you. So you have to be careful for that. When you have sun in the third house, you require action and charge of location frequently if you are to feel content. Okay, you take pride in your mental activity and interpersonal relationships. You are highly adaptable to whatever setting you find yourself in. There is a great desire to share your expertise and to learn. Okay, that can also be seen. You may take pride in your intellectual or communicative qualities. With sun in the third house, you have so much energy that no one can stop you once you get going. Okay, you is like you are like, I can say, restless disposition keep you occupied. Your restless disposition keep you occupied, and you quite frankly you wouldn't have it any other way. Okay, for you guys, like what I can say, for these folks who have sun in the third house, sitting still is never an option. Okay, you are constantly on the lookout for additional exciting chances. In astrology, the sun represents the uniqueness and the courage also. Okay, you take pride in the, I can say, in the fact that you desire to learn more and do more every day. I can say your need for knowledge is limitless. Okay, which is why you seek out new experiences as frequently as possible. You believe that the best way to experience life to the fullest is to travel to new places, meet new people, and soak up as much information about diverse culture as possible. Because you are so receptive, you get along with the people from the various walks of life. Okay, and you have a large social circle with sun in the third house, although for that 11th house must also be seen. Sun in the third house can also make you famous, creative, mentally powerful, confident, courageous due to the presence of the sun. Okay, You always ready to help other. Okay, it will make you very intelligent and knowledgeable also. Okay, so all these things can also be seen, or you may also attain high status in your life if other planets are also supporting. Okay, so these things can also be seen. Now guys, when you have sun in the third house, some more positive traits are that you are not in doubt regarding the best course of action. Your confidence allows you to shine in almost every situation, I would like to tell you. Additionally, you are well knowledgeable about how the world works. Okay, as a result, you intuitively know what to do to affect change. However, the most endearing aspect of your personality is your selflessness. Okay, you use your natural abilities to assist others in determining what they want from the life and providing them with the tools necessary to achieve it. So guys, overall, sun in the third house will definitely make you a very courageous, confident and kind of a person who might have a very dynamic kind of a communication. So guys, this is all about sun in the third house. I hope this video helped. Now we will talk about, if you want personal consultation, then you can purchase, links are given in the description. Now we will talk about what will gonna happen when sun is placed in the fourth house of your chart. So my beautiful girls and my handsome boys, now we will discuss what will gonna happen when sun is placed in the fourth house of your chart. So guys, first of all, what does fourth house represent? Fourth house is the, we see your homeland from your fourth house, your comforts, your car, your happiness, your property, okay, your mother, real estate, fixed assets, building, and a lot of other things we see from the fourth house. Fourth house is the house of your conveniences. Okay, your conveniences is fourth house. Then mainly guys, if I would like to give you some words like a short, or I can say I would like to summarize. So fourth house is your happiness and comfort actually. Okay, now what will gonna happen when sun is placed in the fourth house? Now guys, when you have sun in the fourth house, it may possible that sun in the fourth house, you may have, if you have sun in the fourth house, so your mother may fulfill the role of father in your life, or I can say the influence of mother in your home is like a father, like mother is in the leadership role in your home. Okay, she will become the provider and like the father figure kind of a thing, okay, in your life. It may also possible guys that although if sun is working in a negative way, so when sun is there in the fourth house, so might like you might not have very good relation with your father, or I can say you lack father love and affection. Your mother will like become like a father, like a figure in your home. Your mother will either be a professional executive or maybe in a managerial position in her workplace. Okay, it may also possible that you might have nurturing relationship with your mother. Okay, when you have sun in the fourth house, then you identify yourself with your home and cherishes your homeland, okay, which signifies involvement in home-based business, or maybe taking pride while being in the home. That kind of a thing can be seen. It may possible when you have sun in the fourth house, you may carry your ego and pride in how beautiful, gigantic and different your home is from others. Okay, sometimes sun in the fourth house can also make you introverted in nature, and will definitely like pretty high chances that it may make you introverted in nature, and it will aspire to come back home from anywhere else. Okay, and it may also possible guys, see, it is also seen in Vedic Astrology. It is written that when you have sun in the fourth house, then you may become good parent, okay, in your life. When you have sun in the fourth house, or I can say the native which have sun in the fourth house, native will struggle, or I can say face struggle and hardship in the career till mid 30s, maybe it may possible. But of course for that full horoscope consultation is required. But definitely it is also seen with your self efforts, with your hard work, okay, you will definitely achieve success in your life. Okay, although sun when plays in the fourth house, so it can also make you a good successful businessman also, or maybe in some cases a political leader or an entrepreneur or an actor also, that can also be possible. Okay, now guys, this fourth house is the house of family possessions, properties and so on. Placement of sun in the fourth house means that you take a lot of interest in matter of concerning the domestic life, that can also be seen. Okay, sun in the fourth house, it's about homeland. Okay, it's about mother's nourishment that you get in the home. Okay, they take good care of the family and family welfare and social status. They is who, the person who have sun in the fourth house, or I can say you who have sun in the fourth house, may take good care of family welfare and social status. That's why it be really important for you guys. Okay guys, I'm not able to speak properly because I have some problem in my mouth wound. Okay, actually from the last few days my health is suffering, so still I have to create I have to do my work, because it's like so many days I am not able to work now. So please avoid any unnecessary voice if I am not able to speak some words, so please ignore that. It may also possible that when you have sun in the fourth house, so you may identify yourself by what you love and feel like home is where the heart is, like home is where your heart is. That can also be possible. Generally it is, again I'm telling you, sun in the fourth house make you an introverted kind of personality or introverted kind of a person, and it may possible that you may love being inside the home. Okay, that can also be possible. Sun in the fourth house also gave you increased energy and strength in the later half of your life. That can also be possible. These people usually find success later in their life, because sun is the vitality of your soul, the engine that fuels you, and it is not there when you were born, but sun rises, and when it rises it brighten up your life. Okay, so in a nutshell I would like to tell you that sun in the fourth house can also tell you that with the hard work and with the struggle, definitely down the line in the second half of your life, maybe after your 30, you will start to gain more success in your life. You will also see that. On the positive side, sun also give great result when placed in the fourth house. It boosts the career because it aspect the 10th house. When sun sit in the fourth house, it also aspect the 10th house by its 7th aspect, so it definitely give boost to your career. Okay, since fourth house is the house of like the homeland or motherland, so it may also possible that mother will have key role in your life. Okay, or I can say native life who have sun in the fourth house. Native may be in good guardian too, like you may also become a good parent. That can also be possible. You will have good primary and college education. Fourth house is the property social status, so you will have deep interest in property, agriculture, land, farmhouse, all that kind of stuff. That can also be seen, or all that related matters to homeland. You might have great interest. That can also be seen. Okay, it can also make you socially popular in local environment when you have sun in the fourth house. That can also be possible. When you have sun in the fourth house, it may also possible that your mother, okay, your mother may be strong-willed or a bossy type of individual, and she can also be a successful and a powerful woman. That can also be possible. It might make you an ambitious person and definitely fond of power kind of individual. You might have leadership tendencies, and maybe you might be a boss also, especially due to the sun aspect on the 10th house. That can be possible. You might be fond of cars and other conveniences. That can also be seen. When you have sun in the fourth house, or I can say the person who has sun in the fourth house, the person will own a special home. Okay, that can also be possible. Like he may also be interested in real estate. Okay, the person can have a strong heart, unless of course the sun is afflicted, then things can be different, but generally sun in the fourth house can give you a good strong heart. Okay, so sun in the fourth house, like scripture also say that the person constantly search for happiness, like he's like, how do I get happiness, let's try this, let's try that. That can also be possible. Now of course, if sun is aspected by benefic, then of course he is naturally happy and powerful and a successful person. Okay, now of course if it's afflicted anyhow, then things can be different. For that, horoscope consultation is required to see the big picture. Sun in the sit in the fourth house, you it may possible that you devote a great deal of pride and energy to your personal and private life. Okay, to your house and family. You value your privacy. You are innately protective of your family, especially your ancestors, as well as your own life. Avoid being defensive while you attempt to ensure a future for yourself and those who you care about. Astrology. In astrology, sun represents your ego and feeling of self identity. Now when sun sit in the fourth house, okay, so it may possible that you take pride in your home, your personal life, and sustaining a comfortable living because of sun in this position. You may also devote your efforts to improve your condition, and also, like, your family condition. That can also be possible. Nothing can prevent you from achieving happiness because you are in constant search for that. With sun in the fourth house, you desire the happiness and health of everyone who matters to you. This helps you to keep composure and you dislike chaos. You strive tirelessly to ensure that everyone and everything in your life is in perfect order, because if even one item is out of place, you feel as if your world is about to collapse. Guys, with sun in the fourth house, it will make you a native who will be intelligent and with good memory. Due to the influence of sun in the fourth house, it may be possible, the native is like a native can be migrant. Okay, that can also be possible. Native can be famous, though interested in secret studies also. That can also be possible. Now because sun when sit in the fourth house also aspect the 10th house by its 7th aspect, so it may possible that the result of this is that the native can attain higher position in his or her life. Okay, native achieves success in the field, but of course maybe later in the life. That can be possible. One thing about the sun in the fourth house personality is that it improves with age. I'm telling you again, I'm repeating this line again. One thing important about sun in the fourth house personality is that it improves with age. Okay, so you are more level headed and practical with an ability to understand the broader picture of anything. Okay, you are constantly concerned with ensuring that your fundamental needs are met first, so that you may assist others when asked. Okay, however, satisfying your desires does not require much. As a result, after a solid foundation has been formed, the majority of your attention will be directed outward. Assisting others satisfy your emotional needs while keeping a life plan help your practical inclination. You have worked tirelessly to lay a solid foundation for your life, and now you are focusing all your efforts on creating a sturdy bubble within which to live it. Okay, so guys, this is all about sun in the fourth house. I hope this video help you. Now we will discuss what will gonna happen when sun is placed in the fifth house of your chart. If you want personal consultation, links are given in the description. Now guys, let's discuss what will gonna happen when sun is placed in the fifth house of your chart. First of all, what does fifth house represent? Fifth house represent your children, your intelligence, your mind. Speculative business like stock market, film industry is also represented by fifth house. It is the higher form of third house, because Bhavat of third from the third is fifth. Okay, so higher form of third. So like third house is social media, the fifth house is film industry. So we see all that from this house. Stock market is also seen, then mantras, etc. is also seen, from the fifth house. It can also represent your study, like your your graduation and all that can also be seen here, right? Also this represents love. Of course, love, romance is also seen from the fifth house. Now what will gonna happen when sun is placed in the fifth house? Now as per the Kalpurusha Kundli, sun is the Fifth house is ruled by the sun because fifth house has the sign of sun itself. Leo sign is in the fifth house, so that's why. So sun in the fifth house in astrology does very well most of the times. Why? Because it's sun own house. It gives native, creative and artistic skills. And a sun in life, unless the sun is of course weak here. Okay, what I said, I'm just repeating again. Sun over here generally said good. It will make native, artistic, creative, and it can give you a son, S-O-N, son, which is your child. As a child, it can give you son. There are pretty high chances of that if sun is placed in a good position. Of course, full horoscope consultation is required to see the big picture, but generally these things are there. Sun in the fifth house in Vedic astrology make person lucky in speculative business also. Okay, while giving lots of, I can say, male company in life. That can also be possible. Okay, the fifth house represent creativity, education, children, that I have just discussed. Gambling, maybe sports betting, cinema, stage performance, artistic talent, and past life deed also. It also signifies the involvement in gaining knowledge of ancient text and culture. Sun is the controller of life. It represents ego, soul, exposure, self-esteem, courage, government, father, lot of things. The fifth house is the original house of sun, and hence sun is most comfortable here. First of all, sun in the fifth house magnifies everything in native's life. The native with sun in the fifth house is bold, confident in his abilities. Native is profound in his education and wants to express his share of knowledge with everyone by being the center of attraction. Native of sun in the fifth house is interested in politics, art, creativity, culture, okay, and he is expressive of love. He possesses for these activities and aspects. That can also be possible. Native with sun in the fifth house hold his high pride and ego in knowing and having knowledge about these things. Now, the fifth house is also the house of children, and the native of sun in the fifth house is also proud of their children. Okay, and sun in the fifth house also boosts their ego by flattering and expressing their children's achievement in front of other people. Okay, so that can also be seen. Now guys, it may also possible that when sun is placed in the fifth house, so your father can also be stockbroker, creative artist of some kind, even in some cases gambler also. Okay, so these things can also be seen, or maybe in some government related thing, or maybe some creative artist kind of a thing, creative kind of a person can, like your father, can also be expected when sun is placed in the fifth house. Now guys, when sun come into the fifth house, it magnifies, or I can say illuminate everything. Okay, native loves talking about politics, creativity, philosophy, ancient texts, and would want to be involved in these creative aspect of the life. Okay, and maybe able to even able to perform them. That can also be possible. Like sun in the fifth house can even take you into all the industries which is related to these field, like fifth house and all that. Okay, that can also be possible. Sun here makes you a person who can be very bold when it comes to education. Okay, they wants to be the center of attention in the academic field. That can also be possible. Sun in the fifth house native can also love to express their knowledge, their creativity, their business ability. Okay, that can also be possible. Also, they may share a good bond with the father. That can also be possible with this position of sun in the fifth house. Okay guys, now guys, fifth house significator is Jupiter also. Okay, so fifth house significator is Jupiter, although ruler is sun by Kalpurusha, but significator of fifth house is Jupiter. So sun in the fifth house is sitting in this sign of like in the significator sign, which is like significator house of Jupiter, of course. So when sun work in a good manner here, it make a person prosperous, highly creative, and give inclination in the performing arts such as dancing, acting, singing, writing, okay, or be in sports or drama. That can also be possible. Many great actors, politicians, musicians, sport person who have or who become immortal in public memory have sun in the fifth house. Okay, that can these things are there. There are good chances of higher studies for native may have a very high, I can say, active romantic life if sun is working in a positive way. Although like the higher education we also see from the ninth house, masters and postgrad, but this is generally we are talking about the graduation part. Okay. Sometime if it's working in a very good way, then there might be some connection with the politics as well of the native, and sun is there in the fifth house. Although politics is more like a Rahu and Saturn. Okay, sun is more like a government related work, government job or business or something like that. Sun in the fifth house, the person is sharp, intelligent. He is an excellent and passionate thinker, never superficial. He is practical minded and streetwise and is rarely fooled. Okay, he may also be somewhat irritable, and the hot-natured sun burn the mind. The person will wish to rule or command others. Okay, that can also be possible because of its past life credit. That these things can also be possible. He may work for the government also, or he may hold a high authoritative position, whether in some private field or maybe in his own business or maybe in government, or in some cases if Saturn and Rahu are also working well in the chart, then it can also make him a politician also. He is naturally a leader. He enjoy performing and likes to attract attention. The person relationship with his father is a karmic relationship. Okay, because it's sitting in the fifth house of Pura Punya, that's why. And the positive or the negative results depend upon how sun is placed, which planets are aspecting sun, and other conjunction. For that full horoscope consultation is required, but generally these things are there. The sun in the fifth house, it may also possible that when you have sun in the fifth house, the firstborn child can be male, a very strong-willed and a powerful and a bossy kind of a child can be there. Okay, the child may be a leader or a politician. Okay, the person will have an interest in gambling, stock market, or the speculations. That can also be possible. He has a strong bond or soul connection to his children. He may also love sports. Okay, that can also be possible. The person is highly creative and enjoy arts and craft, particularly painting also when you have sun in the fifth house. Okay, sun in the fifth house can also give loves for showing off your talents. Okay, and it will make you very expressive also. If the third house is prominent and well disposed, then the person makes an excellent artist. Okay, the person enjoy I can say chanting or meditating on mantras, or maybe often hire priests to perform yagnas and havan and all that kind of stuff. That can also be seen. If sun is well aspected by the benefics while sitting in the fifth house, then the moral and the ethics are pure, in person. Now, of course, for the malefics, things can be different, but generally these things are there. But sun is sit in the fifth house. Sun in the fifth house when there, so you wants to be recognized for your, distinctive and exceptional characteristics when you have sun in the fifth house, as well as your, you are happiest when you are expressing yourself uniquely and attracting the attention as a result. You possess a natural ability for theater and, or I can say, or sports, like whether for both theater and sports, or at least in theater or sports, we can say. Okay, you take pride in the positive outlook on life while demonstrating your talent to shine. Avoid taking constant center stage. Okay, that can also be possible. While your cheerful temperament will attract attention of people. Okay, now when you have sun in the fifth house, you should, I can say, you should seek creative expression outlets, since this is the path of true happiness for you. Okay, so always remember that. Now guys, when sun is there in the fifth house in your chart, then creativity and self expression are the watchwords, okay, for you. You are driven by a desire to demonstrate to the world how unique and special you are, and you are not afraid to do so. Okay, this is like amazing thing about sun in the fifth house. You adore being the center of attention and being on display. When you have sun in the fifth house, you enjoy enjoying life to the fullest and pushing forward fearlessly. Your bravery and adventurous spirit carry you far. However, you must be cautious not to overdo it at times. You have no qualms about pushing limits, which is how you advance in both your professional and personal life. However, it can get you in hot water if others are harmed in the process. However, because of your genius personality, it's difficult for others to remain engaged with you. Presence of Sun in the 5th house makes a native intelligent, sharp-minded, angry by nature can also be seen sometime. Okay, because 5th house also represent your mind, and Sun is sitting on your mind. So, in all the planets, the anger of Sun is the highest. Why? Because Sun anger is the anger of King, and King anger is the, I hope you understand. Native also have sharp memory and can become good in study. The position of Sun in horoscope in the 5th house is generally good if it's in the benefic planet influence. Okay, so these things can also be seen. If it's working in a good way, it can make you wealthy and confident and also famous. Okay, because when you have Sun in the 5th house, because you adored life, you want people to see and feel it in the same manner as you do. This indicates that Sun in the 5th house personality is constantly surrounded by others seeking the same kind of enjoyment as they are. Okay, now when you have Sun in the 5th house, you are the life of the party, warm, witty, and go above and beyond to make it occasion to remember. Okay, when things slow down too much, you get restless and continuously look for the next adventure. This is excellent as it does not conflict with your responsibilities and obligations. Generally, however, you can juggle what is necessary and what is allocated for playtime. Okay, as long as you can express yourself, the Sun in the 5th house ensure that you are never discouraged or out of luck. Now guys, this is all about Sun in the 5th house. I hope this video helps. If you want personal consultation, links are given in the description. Now we will discuss what will gonna happen when Sun is placed in the 6th house of your chart. Now we will discuss what will gonna happen when Sun is placed in the 6th house of your chart. Okay, so first of all, what does 6th house represent? 6th house is, first of all, is Artha house, house of wealth. Okay, also this house also relate to your health. Okay, it is like the healing others, giving services to others. Okay, 6th house, by 6th house we also see medical work. Okay, your enemy, your competitor. Okay, people who jealous from you, lawsuit, illness, disease. Okay, job. Okay, debt. Okay, and a lot of other things. Now debt can also be like a money related debt, and debt can also be a karmic, like a different level debt. Okay, so debt can be of any type. So a lot of things can be seen from the 6th house. Now what will gonna happen when Sun is sitting in the 6th house? So let's Sun in the 6th house grow and become better with the time. First of all, okay, this person who have Sun in the 6th house will have either less enemy or no enemy, or expose their enemy, since Sun sheds light on the house of enemy and diseases. Okay, Sun in the 6th house in Vedic astrology make a person an executive, okay, and a financial manager. Most of the time it is seen, or I can say many times. This position also gives the ability to analyze situation, especially in finance. Okay, so financially you may have good knowledge, that can be seen. The 6th house represent conflict, okay, disagreement, divorce, separation, wars, enemy, diseases, litigation. Okay, Sun is the controller of life, and it represents ego, bone, soul, father, exposure, self-esteem, courage, confidence, fame, image, reputation, government, self-effort, authority, creativity, and a lot of other things. Sun in the 6th house represent uh, occupying the center of the stage, like the person occupying the center of the stage and clearing out the conflicts, okay, solving the disagreement and winning over the enemy and litigation. Like the person can have all these things when you have Sun in the 6th house. However, if Sun is not well placed here, then the things can be different. If let's say Sun in a very good position here, then you may also become like a manager or a CEO or a marketing, like, or I can say some kind of a director, or like a creative kind of a person also, like marketing director is also creative kind of a position. Okay, so these things can also be seen. The native with Sun in the 6th house is surrounded by competitive people, okay, in his work environment every day. So native can be involved in media industry also, or maybe in performing arts also. Okay, he may also become in some case actor and singer. Okay, this may also surprise you, because 6 8 12 people say, oh, 6 8 12 bad. No, it's not like that. In some cases certain planets in the certain houses can also do well. Okay, maybe some kind of artist, dancer, like dancers, that can also be seen. As the Sun works for the solution in the 6th house, the native can be a politician, okay, a lawyer, a physician, doctor, attorney. Okay, so these things can also be seen. It may also possible that your father may be in medical profession, or maybe in any of these profession, connected to any of these profession. That can also be possible. Now Sun is a malefic planet. In a way, it is also a malefic planet that grow with the time in its planetary placement, okay, and it illuminates more with the time. Sun in the 6th house will show its positive side with growing time for the native after the age of 35. Okay, the native will collect material gains, and if Sun is of course not in a good position, then of course other things can also be seen. When you have Sun in the 6th house, or I can say the person who have Sun in the 6th house, the father of the native who have Sun in the 6th house will complain about maybe his failure or misfortune. Okay, if the native is weak, of course. Okay, but still, if the native excel in his life, his father will forget about his insecurities and failure and will look up to his success also. So these things can also be seen. Okay, now see, sometimes it is also happen that in the early time these things happen, but as you work out and eventually down the line things will become better for you. So these things can also be seen. Then he is like, okay, very good, and I hope you understand. Okay, I should not have to give you a philosophical class on that, so I just try to avoid that. Let's move on to another point. 6th house is the house of conflicts, war, diseases, enemy. Sun try to take center of the stage. Sun try to take center of a stage in wherever, or I can say whatever, like house it is placed in your birth chart. So Sun in the 6th house would like to solve conflict, win litigation, win over the enemy, okay, or I can say basically creatively win over the things. As Sun also represent bones, and let's say if Sun is badly placed, then I can say maybe a little bit problem regarding that can also be seen. Now it also represent that it also represent politics as well, because war and conflict are the part of politics, and even in everyday work life. Okay, you might have enemies or friends who are very competitive. That can also be seen. A lot of litigation attorneys are seen from the 6th house also, and as it is also the house of diseases, and Sun is, even though a malefic on malefic kind of a planet, so still wants to do good and provide life and solve others problem in a way. Okay, so I would like to tell you that even though this planet is here in the 6th in such a position, but still he wants to provide good things to you in your life, and I can say problem solving kind of attitude to you. Okay, so you can also see physicians, advocate, okay, or maybe people who can be in medical business can also be seen from the 6th house. Because see, people think that 6th house is only the house of job, but that's not true. The thing that I am doing right now is giving services to you guys, astrological services. This is also 6th house related work. Whenever you give extra, like a doctor gives services to his client, okay, which is patient, that's also sixth house. A lawyer gives his services, that's also sixth house. Any business which is related to the service industry is also a sixth house. Okay, so you can, let's say you have this yoga, any yoga related to sixth house, so you can make that career good in terms of self-employment if you connect that with this service industry instead of going towards products. So that's like an advice I would like to give you. Okay, so yeah, these things are seen when sun is there in the sixth house. The position of the sun in the sixth indicate that native will be very committed towards his work or her work and have a deep respect for authority. Okay, he or she may be disciplined in nature and expect the same from the others too. Okay, this make the native may be overconfident and dominant also in some time, which will give some enemies too for the native, especially at the workplace. So these things can also be seen. Okay, now sun in the sixth house, as you know, sun is a malefic, is well placed in the sixth house generally. The person swiftly rises above his competitor and defeats his enemy because of the ability to overcome the competitor, and because he enjoy the workplace and work hard, he becomes successful down the line in the life. The person want to help others and is likely to live a life of service, like the service oriented kind of a life. He is a hard worker, okay, and earn a good reputation in his life. He is attracted to job or career involving healing or medicine field. Okay, generally these things can also be seen. He may also own hotels or restaurants with this position. Sometime it can also be seen, or sometime hairdressers can also be seen with this. Okay, so yeah, these things are also there. Now when you have sun in the sixth house, experiences with the co-workers, boss, or like bosses and employees, okay, which is all like the sixth house related matter, will depend very much on whether the sun is well placed or badly placed. Like how, like what kind of a planet are aspecting the sun, what kind of planet are placed maybe in the, you know, adjacent houses to the sun. A lot of things in the advanced astrology we see. So for that, full horoscope consultation is required. Links are given in the description. So yeah, these things are also there. Now when you have sun in the sixth house, or anyone have sun in the sixth house, so that person is always looking for ways to improve himself or herself. It is also seen. He or she may eat special diets or enjoy self-improvement activities and exercise program. That can also be seen. Okay, now as generally malefics in the sixth house are good, the person may have powerful appetite, okay, and gains weight also sometimes. That can also be seen. The sixth house is in upacha houses, okay, which means it is like one of the upacha houses. It grow better with the time. Okay, so therefore sun get more power as the decades pass. Okay, so that the person will definitely down the line gain slowly gain power and success. Okay, that can also be seen. But of course, if it's like in a not good position, or maybe some other things are also there, in some cases person may face some struggles with the father. That can also be seen. Okay, relationship with the father struggle can also be seen. Okay, your work and services you provide are critical components of your sense of identity to feel good about yourself. When you have this placement, okay, of sun in the sixth house, you must be engaged in daily activities and generate work that you are proud of. Concentrate on finding a fitting and gratifying outlet of this aspect, okay, of yourself, and take special care to choose employment that allows for self-expression. You are sensitive to criticism of your job, and you function best when you have complete control over your timetable. While positive feedback for the services you provide is critical, avoid being too identified with the praise you receive from others, since your career and health suffer when you feel unappreciated. Okay, so motivation to do good work should originate internally. Okay, so these are something I would like to tell you that can be helpful for you. Okay, now sun in the sixth house, when placed, see, sun is symbolic of your individuality and self-esteem. Thus when sun is placed in the sixth house, the only term that fit you is a perfectionist. Okay, is a perfectionist. You take great pride in your work. Okay, you are devastated when the outcome do not match. Frequently you are too critical of yourself. Okay, as a busybody you must maintain a routine and stay organized all the time. Whether you are at work arranging an event or deciding what to do for amusement, okay, you give all, I can say you give your all to the task at hand. You must, you have sun in the sixth house, your most excellent benefit occur when everything goes according to the plan. Okay, and everyone involved expresses their gratitude or praise. Okay, so that can also be seen. That's really funny. Although this is your primary, I can say, incentive for action kind of a thing. However, if you do not receive exactly what you desire with this position of sun in the sixth house, then it can undermine your sense of self-worth. Okay, that can also be seen. I would like to tell you something more. When you have sun in the sixth house, it can make you very bold, okay, in character wise, healthy and a fearless person, fearless kind of a person. The person is fearless of the enemies and having a lot of courage to fight with them. Now when you have sun in the sixth house, astrology demonstrates that you are never afraid of a challenge. You take pride in demonstrating your diligence and commitment to a cause. You take pride in making the best of any situation and work relentlessly to ensure you attain the most pleasing results possible. You are constantly prepared to confront any hurdle and resolve any issue head on to avoid being slowed down. When you are at work, you are on a mission and nothing will prevent you from achieving your perfection. Okay, so these things are actually good when you have sun in the sixth house. I'm just trying to discuss. This is all like, you know, see, when you have sun in the sixth house, this also develop your sense of responsibility as you take all of your duties extremely seriously. Okay, the public understand that you can rely on, like I can say, the public understand that they can rely on you to take care of anything and everything. Additionally, you are the perfectionist, or I can say perfect person to have in crisis, because you anticipate the unexpected and deal with any situation quickly. So these are some more your positive traits, or I can say your strength, when you have sun in the sixth house. So guys, this is all about sun in the sixth house. I hope this video helped. If you want personal consultation, links are given in the description. And now we will discuss what will gonna happen when sun is placed in the seventh house of your chart. So guys, first of all, what does seventh house represent? Seventh house is the, of course, you know that it represents like the sexual presence, you know, your partner, married life, your business partner, you know, and marriage and this and that, a lot of things. In it is like, you know, also like the foreign kind of a thing, and a lot of other things can also be represented by the seventh house, but generally we know all these things. Okay, so I'm just directly moving to the content. I know that's what you are waiting for. Now guys, when you have sun in the seventh house and it is well placed, so it can make you famous also if well placed in this house. Okay, because seventh house is like the masses and sun is there for the fame, so it can also give you fame. The seventh house represent legal binding. Okay, legal business, partnership, legal contract, marriage, intimacy. Okay, and it is a kind of like a public house, which signifies, you know, public. Sun is the controller of life. Sun represent vitality, ego, soul, self-esteem, creativity, courage, image, reputation, fame, government, father, self-efforts, and a lot of other things. Now guys, when it is also seen when you have sun in the seventh house, or I can say the person who has sun in the seventh house, that native with sun in the seventh house may have low self-esteem and confidence, as the, you know, people around them question their authority and power and challenges their ego. As a result, native with sun in the seventh house become furious and impulsive and try to prove his worth and reaches for approval for satisfying his ego and authoritative behavior. If sun in the seventh house is in a good position, then native will be favored by others. He will be respected by the others, and he may see, or he may get like a authoritative position, or other people see him as a authoritative person kind of a thing. Okay, Native can also be a politician, judge, or famous person of some kind, maybe a good manager of company. So these things can also be seen if it's working in a positive way. However, if sun is not working in good way here, then other things can also be seen, like negative side. Some can also be there, like you like sometime disrespect you may face, or like you may not able to manage people properly, and a lot of other things can also be seen. Sometime if it's not working in a good way, then it will give you dictatorship kind of a qualities. Okay, so there's a lot more things. I would not like to go into the negative side of this. Now you have sun in the 7th house. It will make you a person who will always demand more from your partner and try to force your partner. You will try to force your partner, most probably, like you just try to force your power, authority in relationship. Okay, now this behavior will not come off if like benefic planet like Jupiter is respecting this position, then things can be different, then it can give you wisdom. But generally, if it is working in a negative way and you are just trying to do that, then it might create, it might not be good for your relationship. So what you have to understand that, okay, I have this position of sun in the 7th, and somehow subconsciously, right, I am trying to force authority and power in relationship to my partner. I'm like, it may create problem for me in the future in our relationship. So it is better for me to avoid that, and that is the benefit of learning astrology. You are learning these things so that you can improve your life. Okay, that is the ultimate goal of that you just learn these things and then implement something in your life so that you can improve it. So that's how we see it. Now when sun goes down, things goes down in the 7th house. Okay, 7th house is the house of legal binding. Okay, marriage, business, partnership, sexual relationship, and a lot of other things. It also represent other people like the public. Okay, this house is the house of Libra. Generally, as per the Kalpurusha Kundli, naturally it's the Libra sign. Okay, which is the house of justice, or I can say which is the sign of justice. Okay, balance and harmony. Okay, and sun in the Libra is actually debilitated. Okay, that's naturally as per Kalpurusha Kundli. Now see, for you, if you are not an Aries ascendant, then of course sun will be in different sign. Okay, in your chart in the 7th house, but of course 7th house related results are still there. Okay, so we also have to think about that. Now in case sun is, let's say, good place in this house, then you may be authoritative, fearful. Okay, these things naturally come to you, and it may also possible that like you may somehow have some kind of authority on other people, to which you feel like very proud or respected. So that can also be possible. Now I'm just giving you one advice again and again. When you have sun in the 7th house, you should always take care of your marriage and relationship, because if you just try to dominate your spouse in a way and just like just show your power there, then it might not be good for that. So it's my advice that if you have sun in the 7th house, be aware and try to deal with your relationship with intelligence. That's what I can say. Otherwise there might be power struggle with your partner. Okay, so you have to be careful for that. However, a good sun here can make you a good manager, or maybe connect you with some creative field, or maybe a lawyer, judge, good politician. Okay, so any leadership or authoritative role it can give you. So these things can also be seen. Sun in the 7th house, when placed, then the person is very good at trading and business. He is like outgoing kind of a person and enjoy talking with everyone, even strangers. He can sell anything and succeed at convincing others to his point of view. He makes a good impression and others are attracted to him. Okay, this person has no trouble meeting others. Okay, whether for the friendship or for the love. Yeah, the sun, however, is poorly placed if in the 7th house, then of course uh, other things can also be here. Okay, when the person decide to marry, there is a strong likelihood of, I can say, there are pretty high chances that there might be little bit troubles or some delays can also be seen. Okay, now of course if some benefic planet are aspecting or how it's going on, then the things can be different, but generally these things are seen. If you want personal consultation, then links are given in the description for the personal consultation. When you have sun in the 7th house, then the partner may be of different nationality sometime, that can also be seen, or maybe of religion. Okay, or like or like some kind of a problem may arrive in marriage little bit sometime, that can also be seen. All too often the parents may object for the marriage, that can also be seen. They object the marriage, that can be possible sometime. The spouse is strong willed, okay, bossy and manipulative, that can also be possible. In some cases the partner is selfish, that can be possible. Or maybe your partner have the relation, like the power within the relationship, that can also be possible. Okay, so yeah, these things are also seen over here. If it's working in a good way, then your soul, okay, because sun is the significator of your soul, so your soul is so strongly connected to the married life and to the spouse that you will be deeply, or you deeply committed to making the marriage anyhow work. Okay, so that can also be possible. You may be attractive to opposite sex and never lacking opportunity for the love relationship. Now guys, one thing is seen that when you have sun in the 7th house, and let's say you have some heartbreak or breakup or anything like that, so one pattern is observed that I've seen that, like these guys like run from one relationship to another relationship, or jump from one relationship to another relationship so quickly. They're like, boom, now let's relationship, another relationship. So you have to be careful for that. Okay, presence of sun in the 7th house make native, a strong person, courageous, hard worker, sharp minded person is seen. Okay, because like see, the direct aspect of sun, when it sit in the 7th house, its 7th aspect, direct aspect, go into the ascendant, which make native talented but also egoistic. Okay, down the line successful also if it's work in a right direction, and the stars etc are also supporting. Of course, for that horoscope consultation is required, links are given in the description. But yeah, these things are also seen. Now some more positive traits I would like to discuss when you have sun in the 7th house. When you have sun in the 7th house, astrology say that you should prioritize your interest when you have sun in the 7th house. Therefore you have to, I can say, you have the incentive to discover what your interests are, make the most of it. Okay, before introducing I can say another person into your life, or I can say lifestyle. Work to enhance yourself and your situation on your terms. Okay, this will make you more, I can say, receptive to your new responsibilities, right? And people will be beneficial when meeting that special someone. Okay, so I hope you understand. So like you should really discover what your interests are and just try to work on them. Okay, so that's the kind of advice, okay, over here. Now see, take a step back. If you are feeling like little bit stuck, then take a step back and consider what brings you joy. Okay, in this manner you can attract someone who share your values. Okay, it can be both for the partner as well as like the business partner. Okay, and also for the love relationship. So guys, this is all about sun in the 7th house. I hope this video helps. If you want personal consultation, links are given in the description. And now we will discuss what will gonna happen when sun is placed in the 8th house of your chart. Guys, now we will discuss what will gonna happen when sun is placed in the 8th house of your chart. Okay, so guys, first of all, what does 8th house represent? 8th house represent longevity. Okay, we can also see death from the 8th house. We see legacy, like the person left legacy after death, like people name is remembered, so much fame. We also see that from the 8th house. Insurance, benefit, your in-laws, your wife face. Okay, a sudden gain that you get, partners, finances, money through the partner, unearned wealth. Okay, intuition, occult sciences, secret services, hidden professions. Okay, sexy appearance of a person, and a lot of other things can also be seen from the 8th house. Now guys, what happened when planet like sun is placed in the 8th house? Sun in the 8th house in astrology, if well placed, give person, or I can say can give native a long life. Okay, it can also give person an ability to take big loans. Okay, not just from the bank but also from the families as well as your in-laws. That can be possible. Okay, also if sun is well placed here, then in-laws of the native can be supportive. In-laws of the native can be supportive. Okay, now 8th house is the represent occult sciences, astrology, palmistry, tarot card reading, or any kind of these all occult sciences. So deep hidden knowledge, secret dealing, secret business, secret negotiation, confidential information, sudden changes, sudden injury, sudden happiness, opportunity, joint assets after marriage and relationship, in laws, all this is 8th house. Okay, and sun is the, of course, the controller of the life, vitality, ego, father, self-esteem, confidence, all these is like the sun. Sun in the 8th house is a good planetary placement, as it eliminates the 8th house with, I can say, an energetic aura. The native in the 8th house is recognized without any advertising when sun is placed in the 8th house. So native is definitely, he can get fame and reputation with this placement. The native will be satisfied and respected, in the 8th house when sun is placed. So these things can also be seen. The native of sun in the 8th house has a magnetic aura. Okay, the native with sun in the 8th house can have magnetic aura that attracts people towards him without him standing out. The native will be praised and seen as a respected figure. Okay, the native of sun in the 8th house has a natural talent to lift things up or to illuminate the things in the darkness. The native with his presence will make everything better and outstanding. If Mercury is looking at the sun, then the native can be physician, surgeon, astrologer also. Okay, or I can say Mercury making connection with the sun, then it can make person physician, surgeon, astrologer. Or person may acquire, or I can say native may acquire some executive position in financial sector also. Okay, but the only field where the native should not be involved is politics. Okay, as 8th house represents sudden changes, and that can go sudden change in the reputation of the natives if we go towards politics. But although for that horoscope consultation but it's required, but still these things are there. Okay, the native of sun in the 8th house is interested in learning hidden knowledge, occult sciences, because 8th house is the representation of all these things, astrology, palmistry, tarot, and all these hidden knowledge. It may also possible that he may learn occult sciences, like for an example, you have sun in the 8th house, you are learning astrology, but you are quiet about it. Okay, because it may, like, I have seen that when you have sun in the 8th house, then native may think that, okay, I love this concept of astrology, I learn it so that I can get some help etc in my life, but I will quietly learn it. I will not let other people know that I am learning it, so that because if let's say someone know that he is learning astrology, then the native think that they will make fun of me or something like that. Something like that happened, due to which he keep this art hidden and secretly he learned this astrology and occult sciences. That can be possible. Okay, so when sun is placed in the 8th house, it also it signifies and illuminates the qualities of the 8th house. Okay, because sun is like the itself the light, So it is placed in this 8th house, which represent all those things that I've discussed. So it's definitely you know, do these things here. Sun and Saturn are the only two planets that actually works really well and is strong in the 6th, 8th and 12th. In here, in the 8th house, Sun feel welcomed, okay, and it's actually the house of his friend Mars, okay, because if you see the lord of the 8th house lord is a Scorpio as per Kalpurusha Kundali. In that way we are talking about native with Sun in the 8th house, you know, usually does not need to express their ego. They just recognize themselves as better than others, okay. People are naturally drawn to their aura, as they have magnificent personality. They are always curious about darkness, things behind the curtain, mysteries and occult. These things are also possible. Yeah, these native who have Sun in the 8th house are very good at handling confidential information, okay, and disaster situation also. It gives great interest in occult, okay, a career where secret are involved, such as income tax department, working for the secret services of government, okay, and all those department where secrecy is involved. It can give good, like, you know, inclination of person toward these things. Also possible, you know, career can be as a mistake or as an astrologer, that can be possible, or these activities. The Sun in the 8th house showed that there would be a lot of concentrated effort on exploring life deeper, mysteries of the life, you know, or something like deep exploration is there. This make you know, for a lot of interest in occult pursuit, astrology, or understanding the nature of mind of a person, psychology. With this placement can give you interest in all these things, okay. Now there is a great capacity to be a healer when you have Sun in the 8th house, so that may also possible, okay. Sun when placed in the 8th house, so these people are very good at social cause, bringing light to the dark world of others, so that can also be possible. They are very good at bonding with others, okay. They don't I can say merely interact with other people, they merge with them, okay, right. So you have to understand that. Sun in the 8th house give a strong interest in hidden matters. I already talk astrology, occult again and again. It can also give you interest in research related project, any project where you have to do a lot of research, like for an example data science, etc. That can also be possible if other combination are also working. The person is very psychic and very intuitive, okay, and he may love you know, maybe tarot or other, I can say, divination technique, or this spiritual techniques here, astrology or anything of these things. This could also be possible that this person can have interest in joining CIA, you know, or KGB, any of the secret services industry, or like these intelligence agencies. So that can also be possible, or anything secret services is like important for this person. This person is talented in any kind of research or behind the scenes work. As the signification of Sun are harmed in the Dusthana house, so there may be difficulties with the father, okay, who may have to endure much suffering in extreme cases, where the Sun is also, I can say, badly aspected. When the Sun is, of course, if badly aspected, then it might create some other thing as well, but generally these things are also there. When Sun sit in the 8th house, it also throw its aspect on the 2nd house, okay. So there will be a great deal of evolutionary growth for the person in the lifetime. He endures transformational ego, death and rebirth experiences on a regular basis, okay. He is unconsciously trying to rid himself of undue emotional attachment and other psychological complexes, like, you know, from his past. So these things are also possible. This person may be interested in, I can say, handling others people's money. Yeah, that can also be possible. Maybe you may be in the profession, or I can say somehow maybe in the work where you have to handle other people's money and you can be good at it. or maybe you are interested in these things. If the second house is very well disposed and prominent, then banking or financial type career could also be good for you if you have sun in the 8th house. Okay. Now regarding benefits through wills, legacies and insurance company, the sun in the 8th house often favorable, but aspects will make a great difference. Okay, the sun must be well aspected, okay, for getting the financial benefits from any of the people who are related to the 8th house. Okay, so that can also be seen. When you have sun in the 8th house, each step of the way you feel each step of the way you feel a strong desire to go further or deeper in the life. You crave different experiences, and your cravings are, I can say, both sad and both solid and intense. Sorry, your cravings both solid and intense. You will, I can say, you have difficulty in finding fulfillment in everyday events, yet you possess magnetic power if you choose to utilize it correctly. Now when sun sit in the 8th house, you take things seriously but never show it. You have some capacity for feeling like any other human being. However, you never offer your layers to others. Now guys, native, sometimes it is also seen that the person, the native who has sun in the 8th house is deceptive, okay, and quarrelsome and interested in mystical things, or I can say mystical knowledge. Native can also have unstable, or I can say talkative mind. Okay, sometimes it is also seen. If let's say sun is not placed in a very good condition here, or malefics are somehow influencing sun very hardly, then other things can also be there. Now see, the person with sun in the 8th house is helpful, supportive to the other also. Okay, as sun in the 8th house person get interest in astrological related matters, of course he should be helpful to the others. Okay, so that can also be seen. Sun in the 8th house can also provide you help through medical profession. Now guys, some more positive thing I would like to tell you, that when you have sun in the 8th house, you may have acute perception that you can read people, even strangers, okay, like a book. The sun in the 8th house personality has an uncanny capability to assess any circumstance, and you always know the proper things to say. Okay, however, this is just because the mundane bores you and you wish to penetrate the surface to the heart of the problem. Real life can be a, I can say, drag, and you require so much more to hold your interest. Additionally, you are drawn to strange event and you are willing to try anything once. You can't help but look for the moments of enchantment or inspiration at every turn. This means you are conditionally on the lookout for anything that will elevate you to a higher plane of life. Okay, take your extraordinary capacity for perceiving the universe at its most fundamental level and focus it inside, casting a light on your goals and desires. Okay, it will assist you in feeling more in charge of your fate, and you frequently believe that the world has a firmer grip on you than it does. Okay, so guys, these are some more positive traits of sun in the 8th house that I would like to discuss. I know that the people may listen negative, so I just try to say some things that are positive. Now of course, how sun is placed, with which planet it is placed, which planet are influencing, all those things affect a lot. But this is all what I can say about sun in the 8th house. If you want personal consultation links are given in the description. And now we will discuss what will gonna happen when sun. So guys, now we will discuss what will gonna happen when sun is placed in the 9th house of your chart. First of all, what does 9th house represent? 9th house is the house of your luck. Okay, 9th house can be the house of philosophy. It can represent your higher education, your father. Okay, we also see that from here, and it represents the foreign lands, the long distance traveling also in a way. It represents your higher education, okay, knowledge, your spiritual spiritual related things, and also it represent pilgrimage. Okay, it can represent wisdom, gurus in your life, and 1,000 other things. And most importantly, the house of your fortune, luck, bhagya. Okay, we also see that from the ninth house. Ninth house is the house of higher learning, spirituality, pilgrimage, long distance journeys, and a lot of other things. Okay, we can see thousands of things from a house, but these are the some main things I would like to tell you. Now, when sun is placed in the ninth house, so in astrology, so it make a person very well versed in religion and following the right path. Okay, it also give a high education and like very high educational status to a person, I would like to tell you. Okay, like for an example, he might have a degree, a high degree in the field of law. Okay, because since ninth house is also about law and order, so that can be possible. Ninth house is the house of religion, law, teacher, long distance travel, pilgrimage, destiny and fortune. It is the house of law and religion, as religion is not spirituality, but it is the set of rules and beliefs which should be followed. Okay, and sun is the controller of life, vitality, ego, father, self-esteem, government related things, fame, efforts, authority, creativity. All these things can also be seen from the sun. Sun in the ninth house signifies the rise in height of ego and confidence of the native. Okay, the sun aspired, I can say when sun is placed in the ninth house, the native aspired to live his life or her life to the fullest, and in the way and in fact I would like to tell you, in his own way or in her own way. Okay, and to the fullest the life they would like to live. Now native can be traveling a lot in different places, or maybe to foreign travels frequent can be seen, mainly holy pilgrimage and cultural places, but with the purpose. Okay, like learning everything about that can also be possible, like maybe travel due to learn something or get some knowledge, experience, wisdom, that can also be possible. The native with sun in the ninth house is claimed to be one of the claimed to be the one who reaches closest to the god. Okay, that's really a unique thing. His father and teachers can highly influence this person, okay, in his life or in her life. And native ego and self-esteem and confidence are derived from his learning, his teaching and beliefs. Okay, the father of the native will give him traditional and religious value, and which will be within the native for his entire life. The native can be honest priest, lawyer, teacher, university professor, or something like that. So these things can also be seen. However, it is difficult to break the ego of the native when ninth house sun is there. So there is definitely high chances that he might have the ego, and difficult for the native to break his ego. And he will set his own rules and beliefs and work according to them, which can cause disagreement with his father and teacher sometime. That can also be seen. Okay, when you have sun in the ninth house, you I have to say this, actually by other people you will be considered as a very egoistic nature person. So I think the best thing about astrology, you get this feedback, so you guys who have sun in the ninth house may should try to learn, I can say try to improve this thing, because see, whether you accept it or not, definitely it can make you egoistic. So please try to reduce your ego in a way, because sometime it cannot be, it's really bad for you. So take care of that. Sun is your soul, your ego, esteem, vitality, father figure, authoritativeness. Ninth house is all that, religion, spirituality also. When sun come in the ninth house, you will definitely notice this thing I am saying again, that ego is at the height. Okay, very egoistic it make a person. And native father and teacher, I can say especially the native father teaching can have good influence on person. So yeah, these things can also be seen. And definitely you will be constrained by what you have learned in your life. Okay, generally lawyers, judges, professor, religious, priests, etc. are seen from this house. So they love to make people follow certain rule. So it is really hard to break this person's ego when he have like sun in the ninth house. So when you have sun in the ninth house, you're like, no, I'm not egoistic. What the hell are you saying, man? And I would like to tell you this, saying this kind of statement is also an ego. I'm sorry for that, guys. Please don't take it otherwise. Yeah. And because of which, because of this ego kind of a thing, they might get into ego battle with their father in some time. It can also be possible, ego clashes with the father. These are the people which I can say when they travel, they want to have an end meaning of like to their journey. Okay, they want to, actually they would like to go to journey. They're like, okay, I will go to this place so that I can have some wisdom, some experience, I will learn something. So that kind of a attitude can also be seen from this sun in the ninth house. Now this planetary placement can be also common in the chart of preachers, ministers and other religious leader also. Okay, it is also often occurs in the chart of college professors. Okay, if the sun is in the highly auspicious way, like it's placed in a very good way in the ninth house, and the person may be interested in higher knowledge, religion, philosophy also. He may pursue spiritual interest or work in university. That can also be possible. The sun being the karka of the father, the significator of the father, is sitting in the ninth house. Okay, so the most fortune house, ninth house is actually the house of the fortune in the astrology. So and also the house of the father as well. So it also indicate a spiritual religious father when sun set in the ninth house, right? In a way it can also be possible. The person is of good character and may have high moral also, who have sun in the ninth house. This native may be interested in performing good deeds in his life or in her life. He will be successful, he or she will be, I can say native will be successful and respected person in his or her life. Although the sun is in the in the ninth house, gives an extraordinary interest in philosophy and religion, meditation and spiritual practices actually. So it is also considered to create some problem as well, although like for that you have to see the horoscope consultation, like how it is placed, right? Now sometime if sun is in a different condition, not in a good condition over here, then it may also possible that person may leave his own religion and may acquire new religion, that can also be possible. Okay, so yeah, these things can also be seen. When sun is there in the ninth house, the person often person travel long distance often in his life or her life, which is actually source of happiness for this person also. Okay, if the sun is well aspected when placed in the ninth house, and let's say it is well aspected by the benefics, and let's say while the Mars is also strong in the chart, or and prominent, so the person can be interested in law. Okay, so it may also possible, but of course for that, like the connection of Jupiter Mars must also be seen, but generally these things are also there because of the sun aspect from the ninth house. When sun in sit in the ninth house, it aspect the third house. So the person next born sibling can be powerful, strong willed person and a bossy type of individual. Okay, this is not this is noted placement of astrologer and devotee of new age, I can say religions, okay, who have abandoned their given religions also. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to add some new things like that's our scene, when sun is there. So that's why I'm saying that sun is there in the ninth house can also give interest and make astrologer also, but in a way I would like to tell you that it can also give you interest in some new religions also. So you are like, oh, I don't like my religion, it's okay, I would like to change it. So that can also be possible. Now Hindu scripture also declare that the person will worship the sun and other gods, okay, practice all religious rites and be, I can say, dedicated to his guru. Okay, that can also be possible. Also it may also possible that the person can have good faith in the god. Okay, if sun is, when you have sun in the ninth house, you may have lofty ambitions and you I can say your gaze is fixed on the horizon. Okay, you are forward thinking and you can appear highly restless at times. Okay, you take pride in your education and morality. Bear in mind that that your zeal for sharing your knowledge should not be self-righteous. Okay, you should not be self-right. When used correctly, you are tolerant, adventurous and curious, someone who seek out the best in people and life. Okay, you should always remember that. See, sun in the ninth house, the main problem is the ego, your ego. So my advice is, if you have like sun in the ninth house, then just try to control your ego, because I know that's really hard for these guys when you have sun in the ninth house to control the ego. It could be really difficult. With sun in the ninth house, personal growth can be critical, and you are constantly striving to improve, because sun symbolizes your identity, strength and your energy. You continuously look for the ways to enhance your existence. Continually expanding your vast knowledge is a process. You value the diversity of the people and civilization throughout the world. You learn to comprehend how everyone on this globe fits together. As a result, you are constantly seeking for new adventure to add your portfolio of places visited and people encountered. And actually, you also travel due to joy and also to learn new things. Okay. You feel a connection to all humanity, and you wish to share your life experiences with the globe. That can also be possible. Now, due to the influence of sun in the ninth house, the native, I can say, the nature of the native is always like a helping for the others. Okay, this person can be ambitious, confident, famous also, and a believer of a god generally. Okay, the native will have interest in yoga also. Sometime it is also seen, that can also be possible. It is also seen sometimes that when you have sun in the ninth house, or I can say many times it is seen that then native can get pleasure of vehicle and servant as well. Okay, that can also be possible. It may also possible that when you have sun in the ninth house, so or I can say any native who has sun in the ninth house, that native is often associated with the work of social organization. Okay, because of the influence of sun in the ninth house. That can be possible. Sometimes it is also seen that native maybe participate in construction of temple, like giving charity for the temple construction, or would like to itself construct temple somewhere. Okay, this position of sun is really helpful for being a professor, lawyer, spiritual person also. Okay, this person will have interest in learning different culture, different tradition. That can be possible. Okay, traveling can also be a passion for this person to learn different things. Okay, that can be possible. Some more positive traits finally I would like to discuss about the sun in the ninth house is that sun in the ninth house individual, or I can say individual who have like a ninth house sun with a ninth house sun placement in their natal chart, can have excellent tolerance for anything strange, and this person can be extremely accepting of what they not comprehend. Okay, with an open mind and open heart, this person will have I can say many opportunities to encounter new places and new things. This person may wish for everyone to transcend, prejudge and live in harmony, to appreciate what it means to be like a human fully. Okay, this person optimism is contagious. Okay, that can also be possible. Knowing so much about other culture is like, because he's interested in knowing other culture, traveling to different places, different country. So knowing so much about different culture is only helpful if this person put it a good use. Because see, why I said that, because sun in the ninth house can give you curiosity about traveling to different places and knowing about the different culture. That's really a good thing. But let's say if you don't have any use for that, then it's like a maybe useless kind of a thing. But let's say you are doing something in which it's useful, or maybe you are traveling and making traveling or like tourism kind of a career, then it could be helpful as well. Okay. However, when you have sun in the ninth house, so your passion for making the world a better place is contagious. Okay, that can also be seen. Your ability to make a difference in people's life is unrevealed. Okay, that can also be possible. And often I would like to tell you, sometimes it is also seen that people would like to assist you in your this kind of work, so that can also be possible. So overall guys, this is all about. So guys, first of all, what does 10th house represent? 10th house, correspond to the house of your life. This is the house of your career, profession, fame, honor, status, government related things we see from the 10th house. Good deeds, activities, authoritative figure, like mainly the house of your profession is the 10th house. Okay, now I can say that when sun is placed in the 10th house, then in astrology it is perhaps one of the best placement to have sun in the 10th house. Okay, as 10th house the house of career and public service. A person with well placed sun in the 7th house uh, can rise in the life to a high status, like he can become the CEO of the company, maybe chairman, director or something like that, or the owner of the company. This planetary position also share an ability to work in the government and politics. Okay, he may also get some kind of fame also. Okay, that can also be possible. Now guys, uh, sun when placed in the 10th house, it represents that the good relationship of the native with the father. That can also be possible. The relationship of the native with the father can be equally balanced and positive. Okay, until or unless sun is in the influence of other planet, then thing can be different. The 10th house is the best planetary placement for the native career wise. Father wali baat hata diyo. Now guys, see, again 10th house related sun planetary placement is best for the career. Okay, the native will have a balanced ego with the placement of the sun in the 10th house, although of course uh, if it's in a good dignity here, then it could be much more beneficial. Okay, uh, although one thing for sure, that you may face a lot of opposition in your life, because see, imagine, although sun in the 10th is a great position, but when you, let's say, try to become something great, let's say you are just trying to become the president, even, let's say for an example, just suppose, then other people are also there to oppose you, to fight against you, right? So definitely if you just try to achieve something great, then other people, you have to face a lot of opposition. So that's why I said that, okay, that when you have sun in the 10th house, naturally you have to face a lot of opposition, because you have the potential to reach at the top. That's why. Okay, and cautioning of your authority as a supervisor or manager or any authoritative position, especially if Saturn is also looking the sun in a way. So in the 10th house, uh, or I can say, because sun is also sitting naturally in the house of Saturn, 10th house as per Kalpurusha Kundli. So these things can also be there, but the native will rise with more confidence after facing hardship and be a leader with tremendous power. The native will be recognized and respected by others and will be provided with managerial or executive positions from the starting or by constant promotion. I'm telling you, okay, whether from the start he will get authoritative leadership position, or just by getting step by step promotion he will get. That depends upon the whole chart, how the dashas are running, and like how other planets are supporting. Okay, native of sun in the 10th house will excel in any career options he aspire to be in, such as maybe entertainment business, media industry, film industry, journalism, cinema, business, entrepreneurship, government, IT, any field. He can become the CEO of the company also. But other things, see, sun in the 10th house can show that person can have fame and authoritative position. Now in which field it can be, for that other planets are supporting. If let's say Venus is connected to somehow with this, so it may possible that then maybe creative field, media field, film industry field. Okay, if Mercury is there, then maybe politics, maybe finance, although for politics Rahu Saturn must also be seen, but still, like maybe finance related field, maybe some bank, RBI governor, or RBI governor hata diyo, maybe some bank officer, financial sector officer, finance company, or finance minister, or anything like that. So I'm just trying to give you an example. I hope you understand. Okay, so these things can also be there. Okay, now native is, when you have sun in the, when a native have sun in the 10th house, native is usually an authoritative power either in the government or in an executive position. See, this is the house of presidency, athlete, fighter, soldier, CEO, all can be seen from this house. Okay, no matter how hard situations are, they had to go through, right, early on in their life, sun still had enough power to bring themselves up. Why? Because sun, it rises and bring himself up. Okay, and overshadows everyone. That's why they have the potential, like the sun, to just rise higher in the life. This is one placement where no matter how much opposition you will face in your life, you will definitely come out of it. Okay, so it is possibly I can say the best place for it, as long as the sun is strong here. Of course, sun is practically at the, I can say, home in the 10th house. of career and reputation. And also sun in the 10th house get directional strength, so that's really how sun becomes strong here. If a strong sun could be ensured, the native become a kind of a great king, politician, administrator, CEO, managing director, high position, I'm saying again and again. For career achievement, it is really amazing position due to digbala, directional strength also. Okay, now more thing about the sun in the 10th house I would like to discuss. When sun is there in the 10th house, then the person can be career oriented or career minded and easily rises to an authoritative position in his chosen profession. He will be popular and bold. He wants to wield power, or I can say he want to get power in a way. He will be attracted to career like politics, maybe government officer or something like that. He may become famous also if other planets are also like other chart are also supporting. The person may succeed in like some government related high posts, that can be possible. One placement here can make you a very confident, strong and ambitious person. Okay, you can perform good deeds in your life for the benefit of society and may gain fine reputation in your life. You may also go on holy pilgrimage in your life, that can be also possible. And definitely wealth is also favored, as 10th house is also like the artha houses and sun is here, so that can also be seen. Sun when placed in the 10th house, it also show your desire to work towards a goal for success and achievement. Okay, that can also be possible. You are uneasy in any role that require you to accept directions from someone else. So is you are like you naturally feel that it's really hard for you to do a normal job where other is directing you, do this, do that. You are like, what the hell going on, man? So because you naturally are a leader, you are a very leadership kind of a like high authoritative kind of a person. So sun in the 10th house is like it's really like make you very authoritative kind of individual. So recognize your goals and desires for the power, but see, because sun in the 10th is definitely make you authoritative. So I would like to advise you, if you have this position, then try to find out what your potential are and just try to reach at the good positions, then you will feel really happy. Okay, so that can also be possible. With sun in the 10th house, your drive and desire are excellent, okay, making you one of the most diligent workers on the planet. The sun is symbolic of yourself and your sense of self-worth, and for you it's all about your material wealth and prestige. You require the authority to feel appreciated. This naturally make you a leader, as you don't want anyone to stand in your way of success. You are not a good taker of orders from others, right? You are like you are not made to take orders. That's why although in some cases generally, although I have seen most of the time, that I would say that most of the time, right, when sun is there in someone's 10th house, I have seen these guys at a very good position, or I have seen even if they started from the low position, they get promotions very quickly. Even in the government job, they just put some efforts and they get the promotion, and boom 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 boom, they just success. They get higher position quite easily in comparison to the other person who do not have the same planetary position. So that's really a good thing. So in a way, if you have this position and if you put little efforts, you will get much higher result. So if you put more efforts, you will get many times higher result. Okay, especially if you do something related to government or maybe high position in your life. Definitely it will make you ambitious, courageous, and willing to keep you at the center of the focus in life. Okay, you can also become famous, rich in life, that can be possible. Okay, sun is in 10th house is one of the factor that person may get high success in the life. Okay, fame in the profession. Okay, that can also be possible. Like fame in a way can be like, for an example, let me give an example. Let's say you have this placement and you are working in some bank, and let's say you are working in your country in one city. Okay, but this placement can do something somehow when you go to meetings or you do this and that, your officer become impressed from you, and then your officer will tell other people when he go to the the national wise meeting of the bank, the, like let's say he meet the maybe the higher officer of the bank, or maybe like the national level, maybe director, etc. And then he discussed that like something somehow happened, due to which he discussed that we have this guy, or I can say he discussed his name to his higher officer, then somehow higher officer meet you, and then the higher officer discussed to the, like somehow it happened that your name will reach at the top, okay, within your institution. Okay, so that's what this sun can do. So in a way it can give you fame. Okay, I'm not talking about that you will become world famous, although you can, because like even if wherever you are working, there are pretty high chances that you will get fame over there with this position. And of course if you are in the film industry and things like that, then of course pretty high chances that you may become good famous. Okay, or sometime both thing can also work, that person is working normally and then he may down the line become famous also worldwide. That can also be possible. Okay, this yoga definitely make person career oriented. Okay, and naturally person have leadership qualities, maybe interested in politics also, if Rahu Saturn is also supporting. When you have sun in the 10th house, your experience is unmatched, making you an invaluable asset to any business, to any company, to any government related, like wherever you work. Actually, in a way I would like to tell you, any business or any company. As a result, the sun in the 10th house personality constantly strives to ascend the corporate ladder. Okay, you wants to be at the very top, you have the desires, you are continually looking for the ideal relationship, since you wish to share your accomplishment with someone. Now guys, I would like to tell you, when you have sun in the 10th house, I have even noticed that because they have the good chances of gaining high position, I've even noticed that some people I know personally, they have sun in the 10th house and they're like, hey man, I was like, there's a promotion coming for you. He's a government officer. I was like, promotion is coming for you. He's like, no, I will not. I'm not interested in promotion. Promotion will have the more responsibility. Yes, of course, more money is there, but more responsibility, more tension, this and that. I'm not interested. But after some time, he was like, man, he just come back to me, man, I was thinking about the promotion, and it's like, it's good. I think you may get good chances of higher rank and this and that. What I will do without promotion, I think it's good for me to do the promotion. And then he started a little bit of preparation of promotion and all that, and I'm telling you, this is really fantastic. With the little preparation, he get the promotion very easily. And other people who have done so much, they didn't get it, because this is all because he have this placement. So I was like, and actually I had seen his chart, so I know that it's really easy for him to gain, and actually he gained the promotion. Even I had seen the people who has some such problem situation, they go on to the interview for the promotion, and the people who are normal, who go in a presentable way, they get rejected, and this guy for the promotion get accepted, who even not like didn't go there in a presentable way, but still get accepted for like, because I have seen this again and again. Because of this planetary placement, it's really easy, whether your mindset will change. But of course, like all this happen in the right dasha. Okay, for this person, sun antar dasha was going when this happened, promotion, etc. The person I was talking about. So yeah, other things are also there. For that, full horoscope consultation is required. Links are given in the description. So guys, this is all about sun in the 10th house. I hope this video helps. Now we will discuss what will gonna happen when sun is placed in the 11th house of your chart. Guys, now we will discuss what will gonna happen when sun is placed in the 11th house of your chart. Okay, so first of all, what does 11th house represent? 11th house correspond to, or I can say 11th house represent or relate to your major goals. Okay, your lifelong desires, your ambitions. It also represent your elder sibling. Okay, it represent your your, like I can say, your friends, your group. Okay, or I can say your eldest sibling, profits, like the income that you get, like the gains we see from the 11th house, large sums of money, great wealth. Okay, money from the side venture. That can also be seen from the 11th house. It can represent a lot of other thing as well, but I would like to tell you something, that 11th house is the doors from where the money enter in your home, and second house is the locker where you save the money. Okay, so this is the best example that I give to, so that you can just understand that what, like how much 11th house is important. So 11th house is really important for incoming gains. Okay, now what will gonna happen when sun is placed in this 11th house of your Lagna chart, D1 chart. Okay, so we will discuss that. Now sun in the 11th house in astrology give good result in terms of incoming gains and liquid wealth. Okay, this position provides native lots of male support and friendship, and it may even make the native who have 11th house sun, it can make that person a good manager also. Now guys, when sun is placed in the 11th house of a person, then the native who has sun in the 11th house is recognized by others, okay, due to his magnetic personality. Okay, but will not provide with opportunities, or I can say leadership role. Sometime it is also seen. Okay, that can also be possible. Now if let's say how sun is placed, as per that, it can also sometimes help native to acquire gains in their life. That can also be possible. Okay, sun in the 11th house, when look at the 5th house by its 7th aspect, because sun has 7th aspect, and when it sit in the 11th house, it also aspect the 5th house of creativity, children, education, stock market, film industry, and a lot of other things. Sometime if it's working in a negative way, so it can give some bitterness in the relationship with your children, so that can also be possible. Sometime it can also show that maybe some incomplete education of the system, if it's not working good here, that can also be possible. Now I would like to tell you just thing that if it's not working in a good way, then sometime it can give you some conflict with the children and you when you have this placement. This is what I can tell, like in a simple way. Sun in the 11th house dries up everything, including the network of the native. The native might be able to find resources, but he may not able to use them. The native feels sometime it's like lost also, because sun aspire to be the center of attraction, and this planetary placement will not allow him to be there at the center. Okay, it is most likely then it's most likely that the native will be eldest sibling, but if he is not, then there will be sometime ego clashes with the elder sibling. That can also be possible with this placement. Okay, 11th house is of course the most important house when it comes to wealth. Okay, it is the house of gains and strong indicator of income, sudden profit, prosperity. This house includes your professional network, including your friends. Now guys, it is also seen, however, that apart from all the thing that I have told you, that if it's like in okay position in the 11th house, then sun in the 11th house can give you good amount of wealth in your life and also a long life. So that is also a positive thing with the sun in the 11th house. Okay, if sun is, let's say, well placed in the 11th house, then it's of course is a good position, or I can say great position for the sun also in some cases. Sun in the 11th house is the if you see, is in the house of his friend Jupiter also, because 11th house, we are talking about in terms of significator. Okay, so 11th house represent gains or income. Okay, it tells about your dream related to higher education, business, litigation, job, or speculation. Okay, so it may possible that they will come true in this house. Okay, this is also house of your friend. Okay, quality of your friend, your social circle can be seen from here. When we talk about the wealth matter, it is the second house which represent the fixed assets, okay, in your life. But 11th house tell you your earning, okay, or the money making capabilities, not necessarily your profession. It could be anything such as like any other foreign sources, inheritance, speculation. Let's say for example, you are doing a normal job earning that, but you just purchase a lottery and you win the lottery, so that can also be seen. But of course for that other planet connection, 8th house or other thing can also be seen, but generally that's what I'm just giving you example. If positive, sun in the 11th house likes to be the center of the attention, making the native popular among friends and social circle. According to the old books, native with sun in the 11th house is wealthy, wise and a successful person and live a long life. Okay, and he may get favors from the government. Okay, it may also possible sometimes if you have sun in the 11th house, you may make good career in marketing, management, multinational company, government job. That can also be possible. Sun in the 11th house, as you know, the sun is a kind of a malefic. Also it is sitting in the upacha houses, because 11th house is also the upacha houses, which grow better with the time. So it produces good result in terms of success and materialistic benefit. The person dream big and never loses the sight of what he wants or she wants to accomplish in their life. Okay, like this native views of for life, like what I can say, this native view life from a broad perspective. Okay, always considering the long-term goals. He or she had he or she works hard to turn his or her major dreams into reality. The person takes, or I can say native takes, an interest in gaining large sums of money and may do so in any, I can say, number of different ways. He or she engages in business or money making activities separate from his daily job. So let's say for an example, you have this placement and you are in some high ranking, high post at some good multinational company, or you are a government officer. So even though you are that, but still in your mind you are like, oh my god, I can invest this money here, by that I can run this, I may create this house, I may buy this house and I will get the rental income or something like that, something, somehow stocks, or maybe you think about cryptocurrency or anything. These things go in your mind by which you would like to make money sidewise. So that can be seen from this placement. He or she who have sun in the 11th house engage in businesses or money making activities separate from their profession, or I can say from their job, the normal jobs. They look for opportunities wherever they can find them. Okay, and often approaches friends with ideas and making money ventures. That can also be possible. They may benefit from the government and other sun related signification. The person loves to interact with the friends and the group. Okay, his friends can also be very powerful and successful people. Okay, and possibly bossy also, because sun is there, so definitely that can also be possible. Friend can be bossy. Friends are more likely to I can say to be men for this placement. Your most of the friends are most likely to be men. Even though like even if you are a male or female, doesn't matter. In this position, if you have sun in the 11th house, most likely you may have male friends. Okay, that can be possible. The person has a soul connection to his eldest sibling also. Okay, though the relationship might be okay, not good, not bad, because you know sun is also like, see, although you have soul kind of a connection with the eldest sibling, but again, you know, sun will also create a little bit like a ego clashes between you and your eldest sibling. So that's the thing. If the sun is anyway afflicted by malefics and not in a good position, then things can be different, of course, but generally in a good condition, these things are also seen. Now sun when plays in the 11th house, then it will also make you humanitarian person who believe that everyone should be treated equally. Okay, it may also possible you strive to be unique and original. When you have sun in the 11th house, to you social position is less essential than belonging to a diverse collection of personality. Indeed your personality is related to more excellent unit than oneself. You have lofty ambitions with this position and tendency to view life in terms of chances. Okay, you may have magnetic attraction as people perceive your openness and tolerance. Okay, your friendships are critical to your development. If you get overly identified with your companies and friendliness, you risk being too impersonal. Now guys, some more thing I would like to discuss about sun in the 11th house. When you have sun in the 11th house, it make you a humanitarian, or I can say your humanitarian and endeavors are pretty remarkable. With sun in the 11th house, you feel compelled to contribute to society in some way, whether it's like a scientific breakthrough or literally work addressing a global issue. you drive to improve the world, uh, like your drive to improve the world is excellent. I would like to tell you, the sun represent your identity, vitality, uniqueness. While you have a huge ego, you are equally concerned with assisting others. As a result, you are highly, I can say, as a result, everyone enjoy your company. That can also be possible. You are an active member of numerous organizations, okay, and enjoy bouncing your diverse ideas of others. You like a good arguments and would like people to act as the devil advocate to analyze your proposals, advantages and disadvantages properly. Due to your lofty aspiration, it is sometimes difficult for others to comprehend the magnitude of your talents. Okay, when attempting to explain anything, you can frequently come out as an eccentric or strange. Now, guys, it is also seen that when Sun is placed in the 11th house in the horoscope, it can also make native virtuous, famous, also wealthy and learned, and a very learned person. This person is also, like always, supportive of truth. This person is self-respecting, happy, strong and virtuous person. So these things are also seen. Native is often successful in business also. Sometimes it is also seen with Sun in the 11th house. Okay, now native can be extremely wealthy due to auspicious effect of the Sun if it's placed. The sources of income can also be excellent for the native. That's why he or she will be wealthy, of course. So yeah, these things are also seen. Now, some more positive thing if I would like to discuss about Sun in the 11th house is that the Sun personality in the 11th house enjoy bringing people together. Additionally, because you are acquainted with persons from other background, you can bring people together. This type of collaboration is critical for you since it enables fresh ideas and the validation of rejection of your own. Take the flame test to determine your definition of relationship. Additionally, because you are adaptable to any situation, you are valuable asset to have during a crisis. Okay, so that can also be possible. For example, when others are, let's say, arguing or causing havoc, you maintain your composure and calm the situation with your fast thinking and sensible behavior. That's the best thing about you. You are also quite understanding when it occurs, or I can say when this occurs. You are familiar with human behavior due to your own studies of various type of individual. Okay, so guys, this is all about Sun in the 11th house. I hope this video helped. If you want personal consultation, links are given in the description. And now, so guys, now we will discuss what will gonna happen when Sun is placed in the 12th house of your chart. Okay, so first of all, what does 12th house represent? 12th house represent your higher consciousness. Okay, it represent your enlightenment. Okay, it represent your final liberation. It can represent your expenditure, expenses, waste of money also. Okay, it can represent hospital, asylum, jail and a lot of other things. But in today's world, it is mostly popular due to the foreign land, because 12th house is the house of mainly foreign lands. Okay, so that is also there. Now 12th house can represent a lot of other things, but generally in today's modern world, we just let's say if something bad is connected to the 12th house, so we generally what do that in a remedial form, we just convert that bad into a good by sending that person into a foreign land, and that's a kind of work as a remedy. Okay, so let's say for an example, person has some yoga due to which he have to be in some problem if he keep remain in the homeland. So one thing is that he moved to hospital, asylum, jail. I'm just giving you an example, please don't take it in every chart, I'm just giving an example. So one option is that he go to jail if he'll keep there in his homeland in some bad time period, for an example, bad dasha. And the good remedy for this is that if this person will go to foreign land, travel to foreign land, then this dasha will get transferred, or I can say will distract towards in a way that its work, if going to a foreign land, will work out as a remedy for this person. So that's how we also use 12th house in today's manner, in today's world. Okay, so I just given you example, don't take it for everyone, it is just an example. Okay, so we use it for different ways, so it's just an example. Now Sun in the 12th house in astrology sheds his light on this house. Okay, give the native zero worries under a stressful situation. No matter what is the problem is, okay, no matter what the problem is, the native will sleep soundly and will able to see all the secret dealings happening against him. Sun in the 12th house in Vedic astrology also can take a natives to foreign lands, as I said you, like, you know, foreign land is like a great place for somehow connected to the 12th related. Now sun is the controller of the life. Okay, it represents vitality, ego, life, father, soul, confidence, self-esteem, a lot of other things, fame. 12th house, I told you, hospital, asylum, jail, foreign land, isolated places, hidden talent, hidden enemy, hidden treasure, right, and a lot of other things as well. Okay, the foreign lands, mainly 12th house. Sun in the 12th house signifies illuminating, or I can say like illuminating of or illumination of hidden enemies or hidden problem. Okay, now native is of secretive nature. When someone has sun in the 12th house, the native is of secretive nature due to something he had been hiding, and the sun in the 12th house helps him to, like, you know, locate the hidden issues related to it. The native, due to secluded early childhood, aspire to find peace and spiritual realm and reaches to foreign land also. It is also seen when the sun is there in the 12th house. Okay, and which can be the final placement for the native. Okay, native with sun in the 12th house can be a dynamic, famous spiritual leader also. Okay, because it's like, you know, it's make the native imaginative, creative rider kind of a person. That can also be possible. Now one amazing thing I would like to discuss: when you have sun in the 12th house, you will notice one thing: your imagination may suffer in the homeland, but once you move to the foreign land, then this imagination will flourish. And you know, as I was talking to you, that we give sometimes suggest as a remedy, so that's a kind of a thing. When you, the time till you will be there in your homeland with this placement, your imagination might not be, like, you know, in a very good position, but once you like leave for the foreign land or you start living in some foreign country, then your imagination can flourish. Like, maybe you can also become good somehow if other combination are also there, maybe a good writer as well. Okay, that can also be possible. It may also possible with sun in the 12th house that native can be less worried about anything due to his pride or ego. Now sun in the 12th house can also make a native a jail warden. You know, the jail warden or the jailer police officer in the jail, a psychologist or a doctor in asylum or hospital is also seen from this placement. If other planetary position are of course supporting, for that horoscope consultation is required. Links are given in the description below. When sun comes to the 12th house, okay, so it illuminates the 12th house, meaning, you know, the native ability to see their hidden enemies and hidden talents. The position is nonetheless very good for imagination, like for an artist, okay, to make art, as imagination is like a dark place, but sunlight it so much that the art just flows and words just come out. And especially when it, like when you in the foreign land, then these things can also I can say flourish, as I already told you. Directors, script writers, spiritual leaders are also seen from this house. This house helps the native to make politician, international relation with the other countries, or business in the foreign land can also be seen with this sun in the 12th house. So if you go to the foreign land, your image, your personality would be far better than when you will be in homeland. This is the golden statement with sun in the 12th house. If you go to the foreign land, your image, your personality will be, or I can say would be far raised to the power infinite better than your homeland. Okay, and you can also moreover check to that by taking consultation from me. Yeah, and let's say if 4th house is also damaged, or in a way 2nd house is also damaged, then, like, you know, it's like a more tick mark that yes, you should move abroad. Okay, now sun in the 12th house is a good placement for spiritual life. Okay, that can also be possible. If the rest of the horoscope is spiritually or metaphysically oriented, then the person does well with the meditation or spiritual techniques. That can also be possible. He loves period of solitude and understand there is more to life than material comforts. Okay, because the sun is harmed in the Dustana house. Okay, confidence may be weak, it may also possible. Okay, worldly life may not be favored, or the person prefer to work behind the scenes. Yeah, this is also possible, that the person would like to work behind the scenes. That can also be possible. Person is like, oh no, I do not want to be in front of the camera, I'm happy to work behind the scenes. Okay, he may be shy and introspective. That can also be possible. The person suffers on the account of his father sometime, or like something with the father may not be good sometime. It is also seen. Either the person's relationship with the father is disturbed, or maybe there might be difficulties in the father's life of the native. That can also be possible with this placement. Also possible, guys, when sun is placed in the 12th house, the person may feel detached from the society and its moral rules, regulations. Person like, what the hell is all these things, I don't like it. So that can also be possible. He may also likely to visit foreign countries, and like for an example, it may also possible that like he may visit like India, Russia, Africa, and so on. That can also be possible. Okay, and there is a reason why I said these names specifically. Okay, although you can visit any foreign country, but because see, sun in the 12th house also had the spirituality factors, so due to which India comes first. Okay, and then Africa is also somewhat different, and then Russia is also different kind of a culture. That's why I said that. So yeah, these things are also there. Also the person may wish to live in like somehow life for spiritual purposes. Like for an example, maybe this person start if other things are also working, like he or she become meditation teacher or something like that, start practicing meditation and then start teaching, or open some meditation center or something like that. That can also be possible. Okay, and yeah, although this thing is also possible that the person enjoy bedroom with this position, and definitely he or she may have strong sexual desire with this position. Okay, now with sun in the 12th house, you may have a prosperity for introspection, and you require require distance and seclusion to regain your strength. Okay, it may also possible that you may want to avoid, or you may avoid the spotlight, and if you find yourself in public role, you tend to be conceal your genuine nature, because your will is inwardly driven. You must carve out a route for yourself that allow you to get away for it all, at least occasionally. Okay, respect your need for solitude with yourself, but avoid becoming so identified with your inner world that you feel truly alone in the crowd. Okay, these are some advices that I would like to give you with this position. When you assist other in some way, you will definitely shine. Okay, with this position, I'm repeating again, when you assist other in some way, you will definitely shine with this placement of sun in the 12th house. While your compassion distinguishes you from others. Okay, work with it rather than allowing it to work against you by reinforcing your sense of loneliness. Okay, so this is a kind of advice I would like to give you when you have sun in the 12th house. Now guys, it is also seen that when sun is placed in the 12th house of someone's chart or any native chart, then the native may be quarrelsome. Okay, and sometimes lazy native can also be seen by nature. Okay, he may be have friendliness kind of a nature. That can also be possible. Right, the person may be interested in occult, astrology, or paramedical sciences. Okay, that can also be possible. As the sun is situated in the 12th house, the 6th house is directly aspected by it. Okay, due to which the native enemies are destroyed. The native does not have good relationship with his friends. Okay, that can also possible. Okay, it may possible that native may not have good relationship with his friend. The person can be indifferent kind of a person. Okay, sometimes it can make a person careless but courageous. Okay, that can also be possible. Sun in the 12th house may sometimes cause expenditure, good amount of expenditure in native lives. So that can also be possible, right? But of course, see, these things you should not get scared, because let's say you have good business, big business for an example, then you have to give good salaries as well, right? Even in spirituality also people are making good money, right? So they have big businesses, centers and this and that. So let's say you have this, you have lots of employees, so you have good expenditure, but the thing is that you are also earning the good money, so you have to also keep that in mind, right? You may also want to know maybe specific analysis, but that require the total planetary position, okay? Of course, like how other planet are placed and this and that. For that, full horoscope consultation is required, my beautiful girls and my handsome boys, and links are given in the description. Now some more positive thing I would like to add about the sun in the 12th house is that with sun in the 12th house in your horoscope, you have unmatched compassion and you will go to treat lengths to help anyone in need. It also make no difference how well you know them. You may have met them recently, and if their circumstances are wrong, you will assist them, okay? That can also be possible. With sun in the 12th house, there is, like, this is where I can say you will get validation for your want to escape from it all on occasion. Because you make so many sacrifices for so many people, you are naturally seen as a nice person with this placement of sun in the 12th house. Everyone including you is capable of completing their objective if they develop a workable strategy. It requires diligence and commitment. However, if you want something badly enough, you will find a way to achieve it. I can say it is also acceptable to seek assistance, which your wide social circle can facilitate enough way to achieve it. So guys, this is all about sun in the 12th house. So I hope this video helps. So guys, this is all about sun in all the houses. If you want personal consultation, links are given in the description, and this is all about this video. So my beautiful girls and my handsome boys, bye bye, and I will catch you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.